Hello, welcome. It's Saturday, January the 17th, 2026. Welcome to Have Your Say 247. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo.
We are just managing because the team was supposed to give us, they didn't give us. Yes, sir. We went to Berekete family for so many time. They were carried us to pension office. They said we should wait. Buhari will sign it. After Buhari, Tinubu will sign it. Up to now, we didn't get anything.
To thank the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. It's not always that you have a professor who is a governor. I don't know whether we have another. But because of the way you say things, I must tell you, it would have been really, really difficult to do this work without the governor. He offered, he called, he put on conference call so that the roads will be tidied. I don't want to say some other thing because I don't think people like to say things like that. But my Lord Bishops, I want you to pray for him, to be praying for him. He's let me not say more. Thank you, Your Excellency. Anyway, this we said the rest evening. I want to also the former governor of Anambra State. He's here. Peter Obi. All right. Praise be to Jesus. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Praise be to Jesus. At times, if you clap for the governor, if you clap for Obi, don't forget to clap for me. I was his chaplain for 8 years in the government house. What has made him succeed was my prayers for him, my holy masses at the government house.
DCB office. Now we are DCB. They do their DCB. This one admin office. This one at DPO's office. DPO's office. Wow. You see your battery. You can video this now. You can see your battery. Hey.
Wow, this is horrible. You didn't know me.
I can go check this out then.
Eh?
Can go check.
Please, this is not where we should be proud of that. Our station is looking this bad.
You know, we've talked about the hospital. The hospital is being done now. The schools, the local government is fixing the schools now. Empowerment, we're empowering people. Hospital, Ochendo is making sure that our people are going to the hospital now. I think one thing we are missing out is security for our police officers. This is not acceptable, and I want every one of you from everywhere you are in the world to see how you can come to their aid. We have to do it together. So let's go so you can see everyone. This is very, very, very shameful. This is very embarrassing that our station moved as big as we are, and all the rich men, you know, this is our police station. You know, I think, you know, I'll have to sit down with the DPO to see how we can call every rich man. In fact, the new PG, you have a big work already. This is one of your first projects. Hey. Wow. This looks like Boko Haram abandoned place. DPO, is this the thing that you said, Commissioner? So this is for what now?
The toilet where the general public they use, that is those where the DCB, they this one they use.
Wow.
Sure.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Emil, can you check this out? Wow, this is disgusting. Disgusting. You are on ground.
Oh, they don't go now. These are traffic officers.
By doing the wow. No, you see, the thing about life is that if you don't create awareness of things, people don't know.
This is where we're supposed to be receiving complaints.
This is charge room. Charge room. This is what the office.
It's raining now. You don't.
Are you serious? Nobody can stay here.
You can't stay.
No, see where they now they receive complaint.
Wow. This is your patrol.
Searching, yes. I need a husband, a man. So I'm going to be telling you about me, some details about myself. So if you feel that I'm somebody that you might want to roll with, hit me up. Number one, I don't want kids. No, I do not want to get pregnant, so I'm not going to have kids for you. In addition, you're not going to be paying my bride price. Bride price is cancelled. I'm not going to be doing a traditional marriage. You're not going to be paying nothing for me. We're just going to come into a legal contract, a marriage contract, going to the court to sign, have witnesses, you know, come stand in for us, and then we're going to be married. No extra rights. You're not going to pay anything. If we choose to do a ceremony, celebrate with our friends and families, good. We're going to do that together as a team, okay? So we are not going to have to pay or buy anything for me or give my family anything for me. I don't cook, I don't clean. Okay, so I'm not going to be your cook, I'm not going to be your cleaner. You're going to cook your food, I'll cook my food. If I'm generous enough, when I'm cooking mine, I can put you into the picture. When you're cooking yours and you were kind enough to ask me if I want some, good, you can ask me. If I feel like, I can have. If I don't, you do your thing, I do my thing. I'm not submissive, I'm not going to submit to you. You're not my head, you're not my leader, we are equals. We are going to be partners in this marriage, okay? I don't need you to be my provider or my protector. I can provide for myself and I can protect myself. But if out of the magnanimity of your heart, you decide to gift me, maybe in cash or gift, flowers and all of that, it's most appreciated and welcome. But it's not your responsibility to provide for me. And I am not going to submit to you. Number 4, we are mainly going to be economic partners and companions. So the aim of this marriage is to have companionship. We're going to travel together, do beautiful things together, make money together. We're going to buy properties together, buy lands together, build houses together, just be happy, go on vacation and just do life together. Also, you're going to have to support my dream. You're going to have to be able to support my goals in life, see the vision that I am running with and key into it. I'm also going to try to support yours as much as possible. Whatever vision that you're running with, I'll do my best to make sure I contribute positively and support in the way that I can to help you get there. You're going to also do the same thing for me. Nobody is going to be expected to give up their dreams, their passions and their aspirations for any other person, okay? You're also going to be willing to relocate to Japan. I live and work in Japan and I intend to build my life in Japan. So if you're interested in moving to Japan to live with me or to start a life in Japan, then yes, because I'm not going to leave.
Namapembe alibanga lo para tambolina kimya mibunyonso pasieleka kasimo.
No, this rally make my blood pressure go up.
So you should get a filter sometimes, filter your thoughts before you say.
I'll continue to take blood pressure medication.
Why are you getting high blood pressure, Jonava? Now,
I'm not taking medication for myself. I'm taking it for people like Paul and some of you guys that after the January, February something, and then people like Soludo that is a good spoiler. I thank God for his life. He's working for my.
And I am ready to die defending Nigeria in whatever way. When it is God's time for us to go, it is
you
not
took my time to God. You are ready to defend Nigeria. I gave you my time.
No, I'm coming.
Alexi, hold on. You already started.
What I'm saying, defending Nigerians is this.
I gave him my time and he's using it to defend Nigeria.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon. Yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address you the way I like. You don't know what she already did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That is the only thing I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Fiscally, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. You understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't dare say it to me physically. You understand? I will handle you like a kid.
Can we arrange the meeting ground? Can we arrange the meeting ground?
So learn to control your emotion. You
understand?
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because you mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to admonish them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
When he gets your time, then you make a...
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on. Don't use such word now.
Don't forget, that state is now an oil-producing state. So they now have derivation, if you are not aware. So if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character like Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. 1 second.
Do not defend a character like Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
All right.
Rudolph, I've never seen this part of him before.
Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade 1 criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is.
Please, I want Soli to tell us who are the fools on this panel.
I consider you a fool. Yeah.
On this panel, yeah. Who are the fools?
I will explain the foolish statement that you made. When you were talking about Sowore.
I made a foolish statement.
Yes, you did.
You must be very stupid if you don't know how to respect your elder. You are very, very stupid. Are you crazy? You must be very stupid to use that word on your elders. Am I your mate? You are a very stupid boy. Can you learn how to talk?
If you cannot handle it, don't ask me.
Can you learn how to talk?
Mute your mic.
See, don't be fooled with the comment section hype. So
excuse me.
Okay, hold on, guys.
I expected you to ask him to withdraw that word. Nobody is a fool on this panel.
Okay, hold on.
Stupid. Can you call your?
Okay, hold on, everybody. I know we are ranting.
Can you call your father a fool?
No, hold on.
If my father behaves like you, yes, I would.
No, please, everybody, calm down. Right. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. If only I know how to get this. All right. Welcome for being here today. I appreciate all of you. And it's Saturday, another Saturday, January 17th, 2026. And we are here to discuss issues in the news across the world, and Nigeria in particular. We are going to touch on the issue in America, where we are facing a situation where the president, Donald Trump, may invoke the Insurrection Act to stop the protests in Minnesota over his immigration policy. We had an incident last week of shooting by ICE agents. Outside of America, in Iran, the protest there has been put under control by the government. There was a threat that they were going to start executing some of the protesters. And according to our president, who is now in charge of the world, they agreed not to execute the protesters. So there is calm in Iran. Over 2,000 people have been killed. In Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, the man who has been president for over 40 years, won another election, his seventh term in office. He defeated Bobby Wine, according to government results. And Bobby Wine is calling on Ugandans to protest. He said that the election was not free and fair, and that it should not stand. So we are going to watch what happens in Uganda in the next few days. Already they've caught the internet. People cannot get feed stories out of Uganda. But we are watching. Bobby Wine has been picked up by the government, and nobody knows where he is. In Nigeria, the president is not yet home. The vice took off to go for inauguration of president of Guinea, one of the Guineas. And nobody's in charge of the country. In River State, the lawmakers there are back into what they do best, which is they are threatening to impeach the governor, Fubara. And with the president and all the key people in Abuja not in office, we don't know what will happen in the next few days. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to touch on the news, the story that the government of Nigeria is paying a lobbying firm in the US $9 million to help to reshape the perspective here in America that Christians are being killed in Nigeria. $9 million. which is a lot of money that could be used to do so many things in Nigeria. And finally, in Abia State, former Governor Ojuzo Kalo has been in trouble since he came out to say that they will stop Oti from winning re-election. He joined other friends of his and former governors to launch an attack on Governor Oti. And people in Abia State are saying that this is the final straw. We are not going to even let him come back, go back to the Senate as a senator. So we talk on that. I think today Nigeria is playing today. I'm not sure. Nigeria is playing for the third place in the African Cup of Nations. And tomorrow will be the final between Senegal and Morocco. So that and all the other stories we will be hearing from you guys. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate all of you. Let's start. All right. Welcome to the show, Mr. James. Welcome. All right. Tony, welcome to the show. Recolonization, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Somebody is watching the game. Can you mute it a little bit? Not because we can hear it.
Sorry, I was carried away.
Yeah, that's okay. We can hear it, but just in case they have, sometimes they have these serious copyright issues with the games. All right. So welcome. I just mentioned a few of the stories we are covering today. There was this group that is moving to the register ADC, but that's a very common thing. But let's see. Mr. James, welcome. Any story you are following that I didn't touch on that is important to you?
You mentioned all the important things. What really interests me most is they made visit to lobby groups in America to launder the image of Nigeria. And, it shows the government is not in control. And I'm very worried because during the pro-democracy days, they were telling the military to leave, they must return to the barracks, talking all sorts of grammar, disturbing the whole country. So this is what they had in mind. This is the leader of the pro-democracy movement, unable to put things together. During the military era, there was no time the country was on the brink of collapse. See what the pro-democracy people have done now. And tomorrow they come and tell me that democracy is better than military rule. The reverse is the case. Military rule, to me, is preferable. I prefer military rule to what we are going through right now. Because during the military era, the country was never on the brink of collapse. There was employment all over the country. Development projects were going on. The refineries, the universities, a lot of things were happening concurrently. But now, see our sorry state. And who can convince me that democracy is the answer to our problems? So personally, I prefer military rule. But the sad aspect is that the soldiers we have today are different from the soldiers of yesteryears. So that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. James. I forgot to mention that President Trump won, quote unquote, a Nobel Peace Prize this week. He borrowed one. In fact, some people were saying that he got a second-hand Nobel Prize. So that's another major story in the news. Just for those who did not know, this is Venezuelan Nobel Prize winner that gave her prize to Donald Trump, and Trump happily accepted it and is going to put it on the wall of his house. All right, Tony, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Greetings, Doctor. Greetings, Pa James. Greetings, Recolonization, and those who are watching. Yes, I think you touched mostly on the happenings. I just wanted to add that you said it in passing. Our president is missing. We don't know where he is. He was supposed to be part of a guest at the Remembrance Day celebration. Usually, we have our president there. It's solemn occasion to acknowledge the contribution of the military to keeping Nigeria one and to sympathize with those who died, for the nation. The president was missing, which is very, very sad as the commander in chief. Second thing, I think right now abroad we have a demonstration, a protest in Denmark over Trump's threat to acquire Greenland. And then just as the government of Nigeria was laundering its image, which is unfortunate, with $9 million. We had a Nigerian from Benue, Frank Uto, addressing the U.S. Congress, letting them know, the atrocities that have been committed, particularly with respect to the killing in Nigeria. Those are the three things that I can remember. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you mentioned Greenland. I remember that Trump, the European Union, they just deployed soldiers to Greenland to help protect it from NATO country called America. And Trump is actually threatening to impose 10% tariff on countries that deployed troops to Greenland. Sometimes you look at the world today, you wonder, is this for real? But that's what we have. Recolonization, welcome.
Yeah, greetings one more time to everybody. Dr. Damages, hello.
Yeah, how are you?
You say, we are just chilling. Unfortunately, we were knocked out of the Nations Cup.
How are we doing now?
They are just we are just passing by. Let me just say, when you are passing by, there's no much interest there. I don't care anymore. Last game they played very, very disappointedly. They disappointed us in that game. I don't know whether it's the coach, and that's what I just want to talk about. I cannot wait till the day Nigerian will develop to use our own coaches, so that when we die, we just die by ourselves. Not you don't know whether they paid the guy money to play the kind of game he played in the semi-final. You understand what I mean? If he was a Nigerian coach now, we don't accept him saying
because we don't take bribes. Our people don't. Is that what you're saying? Because
what I mean, if we die by ourselves, we no go fit complain.
Yeah.
But if somebody kill us, we go begin complain because we don't know what happened. You understand? So I don't know the day Nigeria will be self-sufficient that our ex-players will come up and, you know what I mean, and coach us instead of bringing somebody from nowhere. We don't know him. But it's also what the system of Nigeria likes. They prefer to use people like that.
Yeah.
Just to break our hearts with the die-hard fans. Let me stop here until the show starts properly. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Chris, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, how are
Dr.
you?
Rudolph.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I'm good, sir.
Okay.
So I just came in because of the what is it called? The lobby firm that Nigerians are using to try to stop something that is useless. The way black man reason actually is fundamentally wrong. Half of that money they use could actually bring those people, the IDP people, back to their home, and then that would be end of the solution. That would be end of the problem. But they are spending more money. By the time they finish spending billions, they will not solve the problem, and then instead the problem will keep on escalating, and that will lead even to more international interventions. Because this time it was only America, maybe other international engagements other international interests start coming in, I don't know how Nigeria will survive. But this is how the black man reasons. If you see the problem.
Yeah, Chris, one of the things, if you read the stories around that, they talked about IPOB. That IPOB has its own lobbying firm that they are paying every month to put out the image that the Americans and the rest of the world are embracing, that this is an effort to counter that. What do you say to that? Do you know about it?
Yes, I know about that. I am aware of it. Okay. But that is what I'm trying to explain to everybody here. First of all, the issue of IPOB started as a common demand by Nnamdi Kanu on infrastructure development, more inclusion in Nigerian political system. Instead, they started clamping down. Now they have spent billions trying to stop Radio Biafra. Today, Radio Biafra is virtually everywhere in Nigeria. You can tune to Radio Biafra everywhere in Nigeria. And Biafra television is coming up soon, and it will be there, and it's already there. It's just going to
Chris,
into Nigeria in the future.
Chris, your line is bad now. We can't hear you. Yeah, it's muffled. Can you log off and rejoin, or try again?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is this. Okay. The whole thing about Biafra agitation started as demand for infrastructural development and political inclusion. But Nigerian government started clamping down. They spent billions trying to stop Radio Biafra. But Radio Biafra is virtually, you can receive Radio Biafra everywhere in Nigeria today. And even
please, what is the channel? How can we connect? I would love to listen to it. What's the frequency?
To Radio Biafra.
Yes, sir.
CK 90. I think it's 95 point something. But I usually download it from. You go and read and download. Go to the app. Actually, it's better you use the app. It's called IPOB Community Radio. Okay, if you go to app stores, you get IPOB Community Radio. You download that app and you will listen to the radio. Okay? But for those in Nigeria, they can listen to it on FM and I use app as well. You can also go and download Radio Gardens, Simple Radio, and then you can find Radio Biafra there. So it's very, very wide received everywhere. It's widely spread everywhere. So what I'm trying to say is simple. The black man can see, a problem, which will take only maybe 1 penny to solve. They will instead start dragging it until it will cause, it will no longer be solvable. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
So let's begin the conversation, and let's start with. I think the best thing is to start with Rivers State, where the lawmakers are moving ahead with impeachment of Fubara. As of early this week, there were 4 lawmakers who decided that they were going to support Fubara. I don't know what happened, but they made a U-turn, and again, they are now in support. There were lawsuits taken to the court, one saying that the Chief Justice of the state should not accept to facilitate that impeachment. But the lawmakers are determined to go ahead and impeach Fubara. Let me start with you, Mr. James. What do you know and what do you make of what's going on in Rivers State? Mr. James. Can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? All right, Mr. James cannot hear me. Mr. James, can you hear me? We'll come back to you, Mr. James. Let's go to Tony. Tony, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
River State situation is a shame, it's a big shame. For me, it just tells us that anything that is done through the window or back door, has negative consequences. What is happening in River State is a clear consequence of the denial of the people's vote and will. So it's more like a payback. You would also realize that in all these things that we see, if you look at Wike, who is the main actor here, he has at various occasions put a curse on himself that if he ever does anything against Odili, let it not be well with him. And he had also said that concerning, I think, someone else, I can't remember now. And then he has talked about if he ever embarrasses, leaves PDP or does anything against PDP, let evil happen to him. So in a nutshell, there's power in the tongue, in the spoken word. And so the battle that is going through now, even if you look at his physique and all the money that he has acquired, everything that he has made, you can see physically when you look at him and place his side by side with his age, I'm not making mockery, you would see that that's a man who's going through something that we don't know. He's restive. He's outspoken there. He's out there as if, gallivanting everywhere, pontificating, cursing, threatening, as if he's notorious, as if even we're more visible than the president. He didn't allow anybody to dictate to him when he was governor. But now, like the Igbo adage says, he wouldn't want anybody to dictate to him. And yet, he's doing exactly the same thing that he doesn't want people to do to him. I think that if you look at it more deeply, I would point accusing fingers at the president as the reason why this whole issue, has continued unabated, because he's the main beneficiary of what is happening. And you can see from the way the government has carried on, he has compensated everybody. He has compensated Wike with the position, compensated the consultant who came after Fubara was sent on with an ambassador position. He has compensated the man who gave the election result in the middle, early in the morning, wee hours of the morning with ambassador position. So he's a clear beneficiary. And they're paying for this injustice that they have seen. The case that we hear, for instance, the whole reason why you have this turbulence in Rivers State politics is because somebody who is the governor has decided that he must be allowed to do his job as a governor without being an appendage to anybody, and which is resisting it. Now, there was a master stroke by his moving to APC. Wike is partyless. He's not in APC. He's not in PDP. So the number one person in the state is the governor. And Wike can't accept that situation. That's why you have all this problem, of control. Who controls River State and the resources? That's why you have this impeachment moves. So we see the hand of Esau. We know the person who is behind all this. Meanwhile, we understand that a high court, has put the impeachment moves at least in abeyance I would see in the coming week what is going to happen when we go from there. But the president holds the ace, to say, stay, do your job, and leave Rivers State alone. And until that happens, I don't know how this whole thing will pan out. Let me rest it there.
All right. Thank you so much, Tony. Let's try again and see if we can hear James. Mr. James, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I'm
so
sorry, the internet here is a bit weak.
Yeah, that's okay.
That is
so
yes, okay. You see, this problem between Fubara and Mr. Wiki is very funny because until now, they've not been able to tell the nation the root cause of their misunderstanding. The whole nation has been grappling with the problem because of the importance of River State. But what caused this problem between him and Wiki, nobody can, they are refusing to disclose it. Anyway, it's all part of the monumental rot that is ravaging the entire nation. Nigeria as a country for now is in tatters. All segments of the society, have been what's called bastardized. Even the so-called professors, Tinubu has settled them. They can now retire at the age of 70 with increase in pay. So they've been silenced, despite the fact that they are not even producing any research finding. I cannot remember when a Nigerian university produced anything reasonable for, look, man, the country is finished. And we should be thinking of post-Nigerian republics. The country is irredeemable, considering where we are coming from and where we are now. We don't even know where we are going. So this reverse problem is just a tip of the iceberg of problems rocking the entire nation. The military, the state house, the hospitals, the justice system, transportation, the market, the whole of Nigeria is in tatters. You cannot point out any sector of the country that is doing reasonably well. Just because the government is not in control. And the ruling class is another problem. We need a new political dispensation if the country should remain as one. But this very political dispensation to solve the problem of the country and take us to the promised land is an impossibility. We are expecting too much from them. So we need a new political dispensation. All the present actors should be swept into the dustbins of history and we start all over again. So this reverse problem it's even a very minor thing compared to what the Northerners are going through. Reverse problem is so minor. So this is how I see it. There isn't much to really talk about. The country is finished.
All right, thank you so much. Part of the impeachment issues were that he destroyed the state assembly building, that he passed the budget without approval of the state assembly. So those are...
I thought Bola Tinubu has settled all these matters with them. That's why they brought
Exactly. There are people...
They know what is going on between them behind the scene. The whole of them in Nigeria, the whole political class, federal, state, and local government should be swept into the dustbin of history. Let a new set of people take over. If they cannot do that, then they pack up the country.
All right, thank you, Mr. James. Before I come to you, recolonization, I'm glad to welcome Eagles Air. Eagles Air, welcome back. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Rudolph.
Yeah, I think
good evening for every panel.
Yeah,
welcome. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. Today, you won't believe this. I was talking to Sho, who is our executive producer, and we were thinking about people we've not seen in a while. And I said, I don't have his number. We mentioned your name. He mentioned your name, Eagles Air. I said, I don't have his number to check and see how you're doing. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much.
No, all right. Usually I used to be on the comment section. I'll be following from comment section.
Okay.
I just realized. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Recolonization. Fubara is facing impeachment again. What do you make of that?
Well, you should. I think you should know my opinion about those type of ignoramus, according to Zebudaya. They are all ignoramus, you know. Mr. James has spoken what I want to say, you know, to be honest with you. We live in a country where nothing, I mean, bro, I've told you many times, I spend money, I spend time studying Nigerians. You cannot believe it. It's like that is my own Johnson. I don't know whether you understand that word, Johnson. Sometimes when I see Nigerians, I want to study them to know what is wrong with that country. Kevin, what is wrong? Why are we like this? Even when you look at the people who no go school, those of us who no go school, we come from the street, we can understand saying that maybe you don't know much or something. But you see these people, Wike is a lawyer, presumably, he goes school. For Baratu, I don't know in qualification, but if you check her now, he go bring her certificate saying to na one kind graduate. And these are the people where they run Nigeria. And every day you go they wonder what is wrong with this type of people. Somebody be governor, you where don't come out, still they claim saying that you get the country. And Nigerians go come, you go see where go they clap for both sides. You will see Nigerians dancing for Fubara, the other people dancing for Wike. I can't sit down one corner, they look, whoa. So who is right? Small time now, this our senior man where we don't know where I put her since last year. He go come now, he go take one drastic reaction. If he come now, say, okay, 2 of them now, okay, may now come. So when you look at Nigeria, you go find out this recolonization why I write there. Make una begin think of that, you know. Not besides just right time there, it means a lot. If we know that we can't take care of ourselves, there's nothing wrong if we go fit employ foreign coaches to manage football for us. Why can't we employ foreign people, make them come take over Nigeria at least for 25 years? Then when they put things right, things they right, then that time now, they will come put law. If you fuck up, they hang you. Or if you do this, then do this. We cannot keep just joking with our system in Nigeria. People where we say they go just imagine a whole state, River State, where money full everywhere. They go just put imbeciles. They control the country. We don't even know. Sometimes if you go want to, that is why I watch Nigerian football, because that's the only thing that I know today I can be proud of in that country, Nigeria. So for me, what they are doing there, to be honest with you, I don't know what to say. It's just kind of comic, you know what I mean? We just say, okay, now this one they talk today. With every radio station talk about them. You know, there's no, okay, now they want to impeach him. They know why impeach him before. Maybe they don't remove him before. They can't bring him again within say case don't end. Now they start again. So I throw the question back to you, Dr. Rudolph. For me, I don't know what to say about those two guys, man. It's just like... I can make I no bite my tongue. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Mr. James said it all. That country is finished. All we need to do is either we find people to help us again through colonization, or we do that revolution where we first they tell una no one agree. Thank you.
Thank you so much, recolonization. Let me just tell you that Fubara has a lot of degrees. He's an accountant, has a master's degree in business administration of finance, and MBA from University of Port Harcourt. So he's
okay. That is where Zebuda will tell you, Ayua.
All right, thank you. Let's welcome to the show. Eagles, hold on. I think Chris came before you. Let me hear from Chris. Chris, welcome. So we're talking about Fubara. I don't know if you know him or you're in touch with him, and he's been impeached. What is your take, Chris?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Chris, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well, it's this is always the what happens when two criminals, two thieves, when you conspire to go and steal something that doesn't belong to you. It's always the sharing of the formula, the sharing of this thing that always bring the problem. But on issue actually, there are interests like Hope Uzodinma You know, I know that I hope most of them interest is in River State now, and there are a lot of other interests in River State. So we'll see how it plays out. But if I were Fubara, I will use every state resource I can have to make sure that I am not impeached. That's what I will do. But more importantly is this problem that I have with these so-called Igbo politicians. They know that in Igbo land, you don't have a feudalism. They know that you don't have, there's always a king, and there's what we call Eze. But we always say Ohaneze, which means people first before the Eze. And then they will fight this with their political godfather to establish themselves. And then they think that somebody else they will make their godson will not fight them to establish themselves. You know, oh, that's what they say in Igbo land. So I don't understand why Mike even himself said that there's no God, no need for godfatherism. You know? So, but the problem I have with Fubara is this. It's so quiet, it's so, he has been, you have the state resources. You have the state resources. Use it. If according to the Jagaban, whatever money can buy, more money will buy it.
Was it Jagaban that said it?
Well, I don't know, but that is his philosophy. That is his philosophy. I don't know who said it, but that's what he believes in. What money can buy, more money will buy it. So, and with the support of people like Hope Uzodinma, who is a criminal himself, unrepentant criminal. So I think he will succeed, but you never know. But Wike will now realize that it's the wrong thing to betray your people. That's how I hang it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's welcome back to the show, Eagles Air. Eagles Air, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
The story of River State, since Fubara and the Nyesom Wike, is something of that shows that the kind of fair nation we have.
Go ahead.
It's something that shows that we have a fair nation, and it shows that a kind of failure that APC have brought to Nigeria. I'm not surprised what is going on in River State. The reason why I'm not surprised what is going on in River State is that if you go to Sokoto, most of the local government that place are controlled by Fulani bandits. So if bandits can control some local government, then what do you expect in River State that will happen? Secondly, there's a statement that Nyesom Wike made some time ago. He said that if Fubara goes for a second term as a governor, that his political career in River State has finished. That statement is dropped. So that means if you allow Fubara to continue, that means Fubara will finish him. That's why he's trying to use the State House of Assembly to make sure that he impeach Fubara. Because the script the State House of Assembly is playing right now is the script that Wike wrote to them. They are playing. And they want to make sure that Fubara do not succeed it. Now, if you watch it, Fubara have joined APC. And since I have joined APC, now he has a more power and more value as a governor of River State, because President Tinubu needs River State today, tomorrow. So because of President Tinubu needs River State today, tomorrow, then President Tinubu is sitting on the fence. He don't want to lose Wike. He don't want to lose Fubara. He just sit on the fence and be watching them to know what will be outcome of it. So the best thing to do, if I'm Fubara, best thing to do is that we fight the battle once and for all. Either I made it to the next term or I lose everything politically. Because I don't see reason why Fubara will just allow Wike to have 17 days of a campaign for Tinubu. Personally, if I'm the governor of Rivers State, and I know Wike is doing against the law of electoral process, what I will do, I would make sure that I strike all the whole police that place, and they use tear gas, scatter everybody. I'm in charge of Rivers State. I'm the governor of Rivers State. What I decide will happen. I make sure that I put confusion everywhere. Let confusion start, because we are in the year of election. This is a year of campaign. So by June, campaign will start, or primary election will start. I know being a governor, a sitting governor of Rivers State, there is no how APC will deny him tickets. It's not possible. They will give him ticket, automatic ticket. So what I will need to do, I will use the whole arsenal I have in Rivers State. I scatter every movement of Wike is doing. In fact, I will do to him what they did to Okadibo. I will just pick one of my orderly to tell him, see Wike, shoot tear gas direct to him. I'm telling you the truth. See, let me tell you, there's something. Yeah.
Remember that Wike is coming from the federal government and the police, the DSS, even the DSS who are behind Fubara. They're all federal agents. So you are not. He has no control of the security architecture to even
see what happened. See, this is the battle of the fittest. As long as Fubara have DSS also with him, I hope you know that.
Yeah, but DSS from Abuja, not from.
There is, see, that DSS is just a personal security to Wike. It's not control of Nigeria security. It's a personal security for him. So see what happened. When there is why a DSS of Wike do not slap the young military man when the young military man stopped him?
Yeah, that's hierarchy now. You know that the military.
That's hierarchy. So it is in security of Rivers State. Let me tell you, whatever thing Wike did to whatever thing Fubara did to Wike, let me tell you the truth. No court of law will judge it, because he's a sitting governor, and nothing will happen. Have immunity with him. Immunity covers him. Because if it is Wike, let me tell you, if it is Wike, he will. What did the Wike do to what they call it, former governor of Rivers State, Odele, Peter Odele? What did the Wike do to what they call it, former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan? If he wrote me Amechi, he did not give them breathing space. So Fubara did not see any reason of giving breathing space, because this is the thing that is happening. It's a tussle of power. Who will gain the power? Who will get the power? Rivers State citizens are not part of this joke. They are not part of this play. So if Fubara loses it now, he has lost it forever. Wike has said it, that if Fubara go for second term as a governor, that he has lost his position as a Rivers State politician. So Fubara need to fight the battle once and for all. Let me tell you the truth. House of Assembly, the thing will not hold. Take it from me. You see that impeachment, it will not hold.
All right, we'll be watching. And
see what the court is doing now, federal court now. They have put it on hold. Nothing will happen. So fight the battle back. If you lose, you lose. If you gain, you gain. That's all. Nigeria have failed. Nothing is working in Nigeria. Nothing is working. No court of law is working. No rule of law is working in Nigeria. So it's better he did it once and for all. That play, everything ends. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, HaveYourSay.
Will not be God, oh. I will write for you. Wicked and lager. Wicked, oh, na minister you be, oh, na Fubara be governor.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are just joining us now, you are welcome to Have Your Say 247 for Saturday, January the 17th, 2026. We're now going to go over to the next story, which is Nigeria spending $9 million.
Doctor, please, if you give me a second to just make one comment before we shift, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Just look at what you just showed us now. Nigerians drumming, talking about two men, two criminals. When you see this type of thing now, just imagine, you know what I mean? What type of people are we?
All right, thank you so much. One day we will go beyond the headlines, because this question you asked, who are we? What kind of people are we? I think the answer is in a kind of disconnection. When you go to Nigeria and you are with those people, they don't seem to see things the way we see it, especially all of us. I think most people here are abroad. The way they measure things, they've resigned to fate. It's either you belong to this side or you belong to the other side. If you're on the wrong side, you see that your fortune will diminish. If you're on the right side, then you'll be part of the people who are making decisions. They don't have a lot of options like we do. Most of them are either facing survival mode, and that's what you're seeing.
Rudolph,
yeah.
I think I have an idea why Wike is standing so tall, because all of them have skeletons in their cupboard. You know, Anamechi can't talk to him. He will open Anamechi's book. Even the Peter Odili, he told us some story about him. So all of them that are supposed to stand tall and tell him, guy, calm down, they all have stuff going on with them. So it's difficult to talk of morality here, to talk of insanity, because they've all robbed the system.
What about him?
Yeah, because it's his turn now, because the minister, he has resources that he has placed in positions, he placed people there, he's ruling them. That means it's like he's in charge for now until he phases out. When Amici was in charge, of course, he couldn't cough. So because these big boys that are gone before him cannot talk him down because of whatever they had, the stolen wealth has been ongoing for a long time. That's the reason why he stands tall and nobody can challenge him and bring him down until Rivers State people are ready to stand and say this is a no-no, and that will end the case. That's what I think.
So you are saying that even the president cannot control him?
I don't know what he's doing in Lagos. Has he not been the person appointed governor, appointed whatever in Lagos since he's tenure? He cannot tell him, your boy, stop. You tell your guys, don't know what you are doing in Lagos to guy. Are you not the one that appoint governor? So it's a systemic rot. It's bad.
I hear you. So you think that if Tinubu should say, I'm going to fire you now because of all the disruptions you are causing in that state?
He will start talking, he will open his mouth and go 360 degrees turn around against him. He knows now. He will open his books and tell him how they share money, how they do everything. He will open his book. Baba will want him to win a second term before he will deal with him. That I know. He's going to manage him to 2027. That is very sure. I'm not sure he's going to get rid of him at this critical time. That's what I think is feasible to do at the time being. But getting rid of him now will make so much stories. Wike will lose guard unless he just use EFCC to calm him down. And that will just make him stop talking. Otherwise, it's going to be a different episode.
All right. Thank you so much for that, your contribution. Let's move on to the next topic, which is something that we've mentioned in passing here, that the Nigerian government is spending $9 million to lobby the U.S. Government establishments to change the perception, the image of Nigeria as a country that oppresses Christians. That story has been in several news. Nobody's contesting that it's happening. And they mentioned that the reason they are doing this is that they discovered that the image of Nigeria was damaged by IPOB, who lobbied the government in Washington for years. to create that impression that they believe is not true. All right, let me hear from you guys, know what you think about the government position, Nigerian government position, and if you agree, disagree, and if that is a good use of resources. Let me start with you. Let me go back to Mr. James.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Yeah, you see, it shows that the government hasn't got the capability to engage the U.S. government diplomatically. I was listening to somebody, I think on the Rice News, I can't remember his name. He was making a very valid point. People like Bolaji Akiyemi, people like Bolaji Akiyemi, we still have a few of them remaining in the country who have got the clout to engage the U.S. government on this very issue. But they are unable to approach them, maybe for political reasons, I don't know. The present crop of people surrounding Bola Tinubu's government, intellectually, they are not up to the mark. A testimony is how they handled the Niger affair when the coup was declared in Niger. They said we are invading Niger. They acted on impulse. Nigeria took unilateral decisions even without consulting ECOWAS, like cutting electricity and things like that. And how did we end up? Diplomats don't act like that. You get the point I'm making? So this is the problem the country is facing at the moment. Intellectually, Nigeria is finished. The quality of professors we have, there's nothing to write them about them. I'll let's say this thing on this platform. When Hussein Rufai engaged these guys, professors, university professors, on issues, he normally flaws them, put it to them categorically. They are unable to withstand him. So even at the Institute of the International Affairs or whatever it's called, the universities and other institutions, they don't have the mental capability to reason critically up to that level to engage the present U.S. administration. Unlike what it used to be during the military era, people like Shaya what's his name? Joseph Gaba. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good. People like Professor Ishaya Aundu, Ibrahim Gambari, Joseph Gaba, they were able to withstand the U.S. Formidable forces when it comes to South African, Angola, Zimbabwe, Mozambique affairs. And they got what they wanted. These are even khaki boys, military boys. Now here you have so-called intellectuals who cannot engage the U.S. government. They are resorting to dignified bribery to talk to the U.S. government. So where do we stand? I still maintain my previous conclusion that the country is finished. We either get a new political class, a new ruling class to manage the affairs of the country, or we pack up the country, because these guys are taking us nowhere. This is how I see it.
Where are we going to get the new?
There isn't much to talk about as far as this matter is concerned. Intellectually, the country.
Mr. James, where are we going to get the new class? You are there in the Gambia.
Sorry, yes.
Where are we going to get the new class?
Repeat it again, please.
I said, where are we going to get the new class?
What were you saying? What were you saying?
Where are we going to get a new class of leaders? When you are in the Gambia, you are not going back home to run things, and recolonization is all the way in Europe, not going back home. So who will rule? Who will go there and fix it?
I'm sorry, the internet here is very bad.
All right.
You were saying where we will get political.
Yeah, where are we going to get the new leaders, the new class you are looking for?
If we cannot find the new leader, if we cannot find the new leaders, we pack up the country. Bosnia and Herzegovina, what's it called? Romania,
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia,
yeah,
Czechoslovakia. the Ottoman Empire, Pakistan, India. I mean, it is not a new thing for a country to collapse than for people to be suffering. Even Ethiopia, Eritrea break away from Ethiopia. I'm not in the country for reasons which I've explained to you on this platform. I don't have the time to go into that narrative now.
Yeah, I
You
understand.
get the point I'm making. I hope you are hearing me. The internet
Yeah,
here is very bad.
yeah, we
So
can hear.
this
We
is the
can hear
issue.
you.
If the country can, if things are falling apart and the center cannot hold, then we pack up the country. People
right.
are just suffering for nothing. You get the point? Look, it's like unlike the Biafran Civil War. The Igbos suffered severely. They knew what they were suffering for. They had a goal in mind, although they could not achieve it. But in this very case, people are suffering. They don't even know why they are suffering. They have no goal in mind, nothing to achieve from this monumental suffering. Because what we are going through now is almost equivalent to what the Igbos went through during the Nigerian Civil War. I was a little boy there. So this is how I see it.
All right.
There's no need for going to lobby group to get, I mean, it means you are unable to put your country in order. I mean, look at it. The issue is this. There's a class of people in the country who are untouchable. These are the people creating the security problem we have in Nigeria today. If Sheikh Gumi can say that somebody phoned him from the inner caucus that is on the elimination list, up till now, the security agents have not been able to call him to order. Tell us who revealed this information. They've not
But
been
we
able
don't
to
win
bring this
bronze,
man to order.
So. Okay, so thank you, James. First of all, that story about Gumi, it was
That is better news. Although I'm not game son, that is better news.
Okay, thank you, James. That story about Gumi is not true. It was an old video.
No, it's true. It's true. No, excuse me. They showed the no. Why is it not true?
It was an old video. It was an old video, not recently. But they brought it and they put it in the context of today. That wasn't true. But thank you so much, Mr. James. So recolonization, we won. What is the score? How did it end?
They ended on penalty shooters, so we won. We lost only one, and they lost two.
Okay, all right. So that's good. I hope people are happy. Nigeria defeated. What country did we play again?
Egypt.
Egypt. Nigeria
Well,
defeated.
but football fans, we are not happy. We're supposed to. Last time we won silver. This time we won bronze. We should have won gold this time, but anyway, it's what it's all about. Nigeria, you know. Shame. Let me just call it shameless country. If we win Nigerians, because we shame ourselves. Don't be lie. In all departments.
Please, I want to sign out.
All right.
Yeah, my internet is very bad. I can hardly hear you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. James.
Yeah, good thanks.
All right. So let's go to Tony. Tony, we are talking about the Nigeria's decision to pay a lobbying company in the US $9 million to try to change the perception here about Christian genocide in Nigeria. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't know who are the people who gave the government that idea to put out that kind of amount of money to launder its image. It is not an offense for the country to launder its image, you know, but there's an animal that Igbo will call Mbi. You ever call it Obuko. It smells, it stinks. So even if you use the perfume to perfume it, after a while the perfume, the aroma will fade off and the stench will still be there. The fact is very, very clear. They have embassies here, they have people here, they have internet, they have all kinds of things. They know what your image is. They know it stinks. So you can't, it's like cosmetic, someone puts some cosmetic on his or her face. By the time it sweats, you see the ugliness of, you see the real face, the way it is, and its ugliness. So, but it shows failure of governance because it's using the wrong medicament to as a panacea for a very serious ailment. The issues here are very, very clear. The government has tried, for engagement at a high level with the executive in the US. Each time it's been rebuffed. So there hasn't been any constructive engagement at that level with Trump. And there's a reason for that. And that's why that's what the government is supposed to be looking at. Now, we have had issues. We had the tariff thing, which affected Nigeria and some other countries. Some countries tried to engage America and see how they can reduce the effect, how they can come to some understanding. We had the issue we had the the CPC issue. We have visa issues. We have immigration issues. We have the strike. We have the assault by Burkina Faso. We have China, taking up, invading, a lot of our sites and illegally extracting, solid minerals unrestrained. We have insurgency ravaging a good part of the country. People mounting flags, collecting taxes, actually open a lot of ungoverned spaces, and all kinds of non-state actors doing what they do in impunity everywhere. We have Nigeria not involved in crucial international discussions where African states are invited. Over the years, for over 2 years now, no ambassadorial, representation in our embassies. We just have a total lack of engagement. The government is where is the president now? Issues that concern Nigeria, where you're supposed to see him, as standing as the president and, trying to articulate a position, trying to get Nigerians to know what is happening and to inform them and so on. You don't find, currently, you don't see the president, you don't see the vice president, so who you don't even know who is in control. So when those type of things happen, nobody's going to take you seriously. So the money that they are paying, look at it, $9 million. If you calculate that at 1,450, that is over 13 billion naira. That will solve a lot of problems, particularly for people who are displaced. And I can tell you that out of that money, maybe half of it will really be spent in addressing whatever it is that they want to, and the other one will go into someone's pocket. You don't have ambassadors to do this job for you. Look at the caliber of people that have been nominated, some of them, to represent us, as ambassadors. Do they have the competence? Do they have the experience to be able to articulate things that concern Nigeria and to articulate a position, of the government that is reasonable? Nothing. So when you look at all these things, you will see that the signs are just there, ominous, as we stand, as we look. There's something that is about to happen. That's why the president can leave the country and nobody knows where he is. Who knows what's happening to him? And nobody will tell you. Even though we pay him, we pay his salary, we pay his allowances, we pay the parking fees, the people who have gone with him, we pay all those things, we pay all those money from taxpayers' money. And the man is nowhere. The man is not, he can't be seen. And, we just pretend and as if things are normal. Foreigners riding, rough shots over us, whether it's France, whether it's America, China, whether it's, sponsors of insurgency and so on and so forth. So it all boils down to the fact that this country, if it hasn't failed, is failing. And we are gradually reaching a critical point where we now will have to look for private people to now come and begin to tell the US government that we are not what they think that they are. Meanwhile, while we were doing that, Frank Uto was in the UN. I was with the US Congress, trying to counter the same thing that government is paying money for. You had other groups. You have congressmen. You have Riley Moore. You have ex-mayor Arnold, who have been here, and they are there. Are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them about America? when they have, I mean about Nigeria, when they have been here and they have seen things for themselves, and they hear and they see videos, and they hear people tell them that what the government is saying is a lie. I think that's the problem of Nigeria, where you have the truth. So long as the government has failed or is failing to tell the Nigerians the truth, to tell itself the truth, then so long will these problems continue in Nigeria. I think I'm seeing that if care is not taken, even though Trump's hands appear to be tied because he's all over the world with all kinds of issues, what I see is ominous. It's probably another Venezuelan example here coming. And the president is running helter-skelter. If he's not going to Paul Kagame to help him beg the president of America to tamper justice with mercy, he's laundering money. About two months ago, we had the same issue in the Bronx. People who are not Nigerians lobbying, carrying placards that there's no killing, there's no Christian killing, there's no genocide in Nigeria and so on. And when they interviewed them, these are people, foreigners, they have not been to Nigeria, they don't know what is happening in Nigeria, they don't even know the issues. And when some of them were interviewed, they were saying, well, they just gave us money, to come here and, say that, carry these placards. And someone came to say, don't talk to them, don't talk to them. So that's a government that is visionless, purposeless. And you can see that the ship of state is just drifting, without rudderless. And it's unfortunate. I think this is not the direction to go. I think the government must sit down and tell itself the truth. Because the problems that are confronting this nation, they are so serious that if we continue to lie about our situation and our circumstances, it's not going to take long before there's going to really be a blowout. Let me stop there. Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. Let's go back to recolonization. You brought this up, and I wanted to know, while we were talking about why you think the solution is to recolonize Nigeria or Africa. What country do you want to? Iran away. I wanted to know what country who would like to come and recolonize us, whether it's Russia or China, or are we going back to the United Kingdom? But anyway, let me welcome to the show Egus. I know you're here, but okay, let me hear from you. Then we bring in Maz Opara. Maz, Egus, we're talking about this money that Nigerian government is paying to lobby. When it came up in Nigeria, I was surprised. Most people in Nigeria didn't know that that's a very common thing in the West, especially in America, lobbying the government, paying money to lobby the government to do certain things. People were shocked, and they said this is bribe, this is corruption, the American style. What do you make of that story as it is?
Rudolph Okonkwo, thank you so much. Before I continue to say what I want to say, I believe you are a lecturer in the US.
Yes.
You lecture people, you teach people. Now, as a lecturer, when you have a student that lobby money or pay money to get the certificate, what do you expect in terms of defending the certificate? What the student will do? He will lobby money again. He spend money to defend it because he don't know, that student don't know the reason or the purpose of that certificate that he or she received. That's exactly the thing that is happening in Nigeria. This lobby of a thing did not start today. Remember, the time of civil war, 1967 to 1967, I think, correct, to 1970, when the war, Nigerian government was doing lobby that so-and-so report that Biafrans are bringing to United Nations is not true. That lobby of a thing did not start today. Now, for federal government of Nigeria to go and lobby that said that there is no genocide in Nigeria, what we expect that federal government of Nigeria will do? It's not a new thing to me. It's not a surprise thing to me, because people that in the position from president to the local government, how did they get there? They got there through lobbying, and they compensate people that brought them there. Person like Yakubu. Now they compensated him by making him part of ambassador because he had did well to bring them there. So if you watch how Nigeria government is running now, you find out that people that is there don't know the reason why they are there. And the government of APC is a government of propaganda. They live in propaganda. They don't believe it's true. Even this Christian genocide of 18, this genocide of 18 did not start today. It has started very long time. People have been talking about it. The federal government of Nigeria was pressing it, was oppressing it, silencing people for them not to talk. But it take a tweet of Donald Trump for everything to spike up. Now, that tweet now, they everything spike up. They are trying to make sure that Donald Trump will not get too far where he planned to get. You know how Trump used to do. When Trump remember you, he remember everything about you. That's how he used to do. When Trump remember Venezuela, he remember how the man was a taxi driver before he got there. And he started dealing with him. If Trump remember President Tinubu, he remember the case he had with other case he has in the US. Mind you, it's not alleged. I'm just saying the truth. If Trump opened the file of Tinubu, Tinubu will have the same allegation that Trump will laid on the Maduro, the president of Venezuela. If you watch the allegation they lay on him, Tinubu do not escape 4 of them. He has a case of it. So what do you expect? They'll go for lobby. And moreover, as it Tony or what said that they don't know where the lobby is coming from. Based on the news, from Arise News and all the rest of them, the lobby is coming from the office of NSA, National Advisor. NSA. That's where the lobby is coming from. Rubado, Nihu. That's where the lobby is coming from. They are the people that are doing the lobby on behalf of federal government of Nigeria. That what they are saying is not true. But they don't know that people have carried the video. CNN have carried the video. BBC have carried the video. The evidence is there. Thank God for this very pastor. Thank God for this very pastor. What do they call it? Pastor Dokomo or something nature from Jos. This is the only strong man that stand openly and begin to shout concerning genocide. They try to suppress him, trying to silence him. The man refused, say that if he die, let him die. That's how everything come up. So this lobby of a thing show that the federal government of Nigeria and people that is ruling Nigeria are just what is in football they used to call it first 11, second 11. These people are 4-11. They are 4-11. They are not supposed to be there at all. Because they cannot tell me you are a government and they are saying something against you. What will you do? You bring the best brain, that you have in a country to go and defend yourself, not to lobby. You know what is called $9 million? It's about 13 billion. That 13 billion, IMSU, not IMSU, academic staff of university, ASU. What the problem did they have for the government? Just not something like 9 billion. They can use it to solve the old problem. That problem have been solved and go their way. They can use that 13 billion to solve insecurity that is going on in Nigeria, all over Nigeria. It's no longer only in North. West is witnessing it now. Southeast, everywhere. So you find out that when you have wrong people in the government, everything will go wrongly. There's a saying they used to say, when you get something by the side of the mouth, when you get something from the side of the pot, it goes by the side of the mouth. So Nigeria get the wrong people by the side of the pot, and everything is going by the side of the mouth. There's no truth about it. Okay, let me finalize with this now. If that lobby is not true, you find that this man will come out and tweet and oppose it. What's his name? Special advisor on media to the president. He would have come and say something. Reene Nicole Good, the noisemaker in social media, don't have any other work. They're compensated with ambassador. Would have come out and begin to call P2B name. It's P2B that did the lobby. And mind it, this lobby is not something, it's the renewable. They used to renew it 6 months. The first 6 months have gone. They are about to go for second 6 months. That's the same leak. Probably somebody remitting the money did not remit the money. The thing leak. So you have to understand the kind of government we are having and the kind of thing that we are having in Nigeria. In fact, let's say the truth. In terms of Nigeria, there's no government in Nigeria. There's no government in Nigeria. Nothing is working in Nigeria. The only thing that is working in Nigeria is lobbying and bribing. The only thing that is working in Nigeria now is that I'm going to be Jagaban of so and so states. I'm going to take control of so and so state. I'm going to do this and do nothing against working in Nigeria. Okay, look, I saw a video in social media in the Zamfara state. All these bandits carry gun and supervising people who are mining gold. They're supervising people who are mining gold. Where is government? There is no government in Nigeria. There's no place this kind of thing can happen. There's no government in Nigeria.
All right.
So Nigeria is a fair state.
Thank you so much. Before I come to you, Obi, let me get recolonization to finish. He was about to say something when he lost power. I think.
Actually, I lost power. I couldn't hear what even Tony's comment. I couldn't hear it. All of a sudden, the volume disappeared. You know.
All right. So I was trying to find out. You were saying that the best solution really is for Nigeria to be recolonized. I wanted to know who, what country. Is it Russia, India? Is it Eagles Air that will lead the Indians to come and take over Nigeria? Who are you?
No, for me, we should. Let me tell you the two countries that can help Nigeria. First of all, we want Mr. Trump to come and solve Nigeria's problem because he is the one showing interest. I know many people will say, what's this guy talking about? He's the one showing interest. The UK people, they have a lot of Nigeria living in UK to take care of those ones. But when somebody shows an interest in a situation, give them, we don't want Russia. How many Nigerians live in Russia? All those are countries where you cannot, what do they practice there? We just mentioned their name just to find, those who mention Russia is just to find that equilibrium between America, West, and, you know, they know that Russia is not there. What are they doing? Doctor and gentlemen and ladies, those listening, or let me tell you something. I love Nigeria passionately. You understand? But when you come to a crossroad and you find out, like Eagle Square was saying, our brother, waiting me we come out now from Gambia, you see that Nigeria, except we don't want to be honest with ourselves, Nigeria is not, it's not that it cannot work, but the guys that took the power of Nigeria, they have taken that power and they don't know what to do with it, and they're just messing up everything. I never know whether you don't go bazaar. Those days where would they go, where would they go church? With not be Roman.
Have we stopped going?
I have stopped going.
Because you said when will they go? I was thinking I didn't know I was going to church with you, but anyway, have we stopped?
I'm an Anglican. The time when they go to an Anglican, okay. When they go, there's one thing we call bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
They go put rice for tray, contact children, make them go chop them, and they go there happy. Everybody they wait for that time. But come and watch. You say now the days where they get video camera, you go see what those children go do with that. Some go take the one way take meat, one go take an eye to put pepper for eye. Why they? This is what Nigeria has turned into. Nigeria, we look at it. Why it hurts me is that you will see some people who go come for platform. They tell you, say make them leave Nigeria, make we solve our problem. You understand me? Because they are ashamed of bringing somebody to help us. So they want us to solve it ourselves. And they know that it can never be done. So now we have left this Jagaban. Imagine person Jagaban. Look at that name. Now he be president of Nigeria. Just imagine that kind. You know, see better guy name to carry. Jagaban. That one alone have told you that we have everything at Jaga.
Jaga.
But when we look at it from my own angle, I don't think it is. It affects This thing affects my personality, my health, because sometimes I go answer myself, but this no be joke. Oh. Now Nigeria, they go down like this. Oh. Look at the kind of song where they sing for two idiots. You are a minister. Now Fubara be government. We go just listen and all of us go laugh, or we go just pretend like say, what is this guy doing? Nigeria needs, whether we like it or not, we need somebody to help that country. It's not running away from it. I dey watch every day waiting to happen for America. Canada, guys will run to Canada, run to America, thinking that they're escaping. When they reach there, some are regretting because not be waiting they see. Those of us where they're gone, things are not going well. People just they manage. I went to England, I think last year, just for holiday. One guy at Germany, he can say, make I come, make we carry me go house. Doctor, this one no be lie. You see men where they are beled, where they are like 6 months pregnant. You know those type of men where they take care of themselves. There were about 5 of them sharing one room. Some sit down for grand. Some when they are talking, you go no say this. One say was working in one bank before they tell and say na London. Instead of sell everything where you get, run come London. You don't even get place to sleep. There were 5 of them. And we think it's a joke. It is not a joke. When I say recolonization, it's because we say revolution. No, una no agree die. People no agree follow and say, well, cause okay, even no one die. Let us invite somebody to help us. We can't keep looking at all these guys. They mess up a great nation like that. When they say go for election, we go open our eyes, we go do election. Somebody go say, Emilokon, he go take them from us. Carry gun, put everywhere. Nobody feel protest. All of us go keep quiet. Now, new one, don't they come again? Nigerians, you brought one brother here last Sunday telling us, make we go and vote. Let us go and register. I was just laughing my head off. Who are you deceiving again? You think you can tell me to go and vote if I'm in Nigeria? The one we voted and put P2B there, what happened? Right. Why will it change this time around? I got the verse too much. Make I leave. One brother don't show face where I know like Jide. When he come now, he go begin to give us statistics up and down, this and that. Not only they give no solution.
Recolonization.
Hold on. No, don't go yet. Don't go.
See him face like this. I don't want to talk again.
Don't go yet. There's a book, Recolonization. There's a book I will recommend for you. It's called Africa Betrayed by George Ayite. He's a Ghanaian. He passed away recently, but he was a professor here in America. He wrote this book, Africa Betrayed. So in the book, he is trying to ask questions about who betrayed Africa and what was the solution. What he was saying made me remember one of his solutions. He was saying that one of the things that could be done to save Africa is that Nigeria could lease Lagos out to Microsoft. So Microsoft will take over Lagos and run Lagos for maybe 90 years or something like that. And we will probably learn from how they ran Lagos. And maybe, so in terms of, I think you should keep developing your idea about recolonizing Africa, but don't limit it to countries. Because if you say America, for instance, if you look at Venezuela now, that America is colonizing, if you look at what happened to the oil they sold, Trump sold the oil, took the money, put in a bank in Qatar, not even in America. It may not turn out the way you want if they...
Well, you have enlightened me more. I like to read that book. How can we get it?
Oh, it's online. It's online. Just Google Africa Betrayed.
Africa Betrayed. Okay, now that man has gotten another idea. I was just thinking of, if we cannot help ourselves, we need help. If not Microsoft, if not Apple, if not Dr. Damages. If
no, Elon Musk. There are many countries that will buy Lagos, you know, if
not you Lagos, let them take the whole Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's see. We have a lot of people joining us. We have to reduce the time we give to people. OBE, 4 minutes, so that we can get to other people who just joined.
Yeah, Dr. Damages, thank you for the book. I've started looking at what happened to the kisses and everything. Started reading it. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. It was well delivered, you know.
Thank you.
Nigeria, 13 billion lobbying is a thing of shame. Anyway, we are very good. We are expertise in copying and trying to replicate what we seems to observe happening around the world. I think like what colonization was saying, do we think that China people they didn't like their citizens, or they were bent to put some rules in place for the correction to be made before they transpose into the successes they are celebrating today? When they said corruption was by death, when you're found corrupt, it didn't mean that they hated their citizens or they wanted them to die, but they have exhausted the search for solution. They now had to resolve to say, okay, if you do this, do that, the penalty is death. And that was the only way that the Chinaman was able to curb corruption until they transpose into the development that they are observing today. Despite when they come into the outside world, you see them that they are very corrupt when they are playing outside. But when they are playing in their country, they play by the books because of the penalty, the rule that the government put in place. And that had helped them a lot. And we don't copy all these kind of things because it doesn't favor the so-called people that are in power. But they are quick to go and start lobbying and paying money. This is the same country. You showed a video where somebody was videoing the police station that was so dilapidated.
That's in my hometown.
Yeah, a station that is looking like a dojo. Where if a man leave that place to go and fight a crime, tell me the mindset that is gonna go out with. You know what it is when a banker leave an air conditioned room, sit down in an air conditioned car, he's going to market his product. You know, because the ambience of his workplace is enough strength for him to say, okay, let me go do my job. But a man that left that kind of environment to go and fight a crime, you could imagine the ideology behind the crime he's fighting. That he's not okay. Then we have such money to go and start giving to a lobbyer. What are we trying to lobby that this American does not know about us? That is the point that I don't understand. What are they trying to tell them now that they hadn't confirmed by themselves? Exactly what is happening here. So we say mispriority. Our priority are just so annoying and so on. That's what Peter was saying, that we just keep spending money because the president can write check and he can approve anything. What was that money appropriated for in the budget in the first place? That there will be so amount that is meant for lobbying. Is it there?
No, I think it's under that's why they go
under PRO.
Under the National Security Agency. So the money
they
spend is not
okay. They can name it anything, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. When you do that, you copying the word. This same country that you are trying to lobby for, the things you are trying to lie about, Americans are verified. They have sent somebody down. They understand what is happening to us, and they have all the details at the beck and call. And yet we have the so-called encouragement to spend such a huge amount of money to do that. We don't have health centers. Our police stations are all dilapidated. We don't have roads. We don't have water. We don't have energy. And yet we just keep spending our money, and we think that this can bring us a solution. And people are still ready to follow this democracy that they think that things can change with this kind of human being. We don't know where the president is. He doesn't talk to Nigerians. He doesn't even care how we feel about it. He had not made a statement since. Okay, this money we're trying to use to go and bribe the people now. Do you know how much Americans spend to land a bomb in Sokoto? So this money we're spending doesn't mean anything to the outside world anyway, or just to pay lawyers to readdress or to change the narrative. So sometimes I just look at the system. I just say, and we just put the worst among us to pilot this ship for us. And believe you me, it's not going to sail well. We keep crashing every day. The president cannot talk to the people. He cannot even talk to the outside world because he got no good name. He got no good name out there, and that is the first negative impression that we are just facing. A man that is leading us is not a person that can represent the country. He got not the credibility to even talk, and people will respect him in the first place. And that is exactly where the thing is trickling down to. That you see the list of ambassadors. We all laughed about it. We all made gist about it. And today, why are they not even posted to whatever they want to post them to date? Because the president is not around. So damages. It's so saddening that if you look at the Nigerian situation, you just keep wailing and weeping and trying to say, God, who had done this to us? Who did this to us? Why are we here? Why are we here? We have intelligent men and women. We have people who are competent, yet they can never climb up there. Ordinary ADC now, they want to deregister them because they saw that it's the only opposition that is coming. They are looking for ways. They are looking for ways to play the game, and we call him the strategist. I wonder where it's going to lead us to. I'll just end here because it's so appalling.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you, Obi. Mazi Opara, welcome to the show. Thank you for being patient until we got to you. Go ahead. We're talking about the money, $9 million that Nigeria is spending to lobby for the better image. It's a very common thing. So people may not know this. It's very common in America. Different companies, corporations, groups, they lobby lawmakers to push their issues at the forefront. Nigeria is doing that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doctor. Good evening, Doctor, and good evening, my friends. Doctor, lobby does happen. But even here in Germany, they lobby foreign companies, they lobby politicians. But I don't think that they lobby to stop, to stop such horrible atrocities to be made public. Because what Nigeria government is doing here is just give that money to quench that genocidal reportage. That is scandalous. That is scandal. That is not lobby. Nigeria can lobby all that thing, but not lobbying to stop people from hearing what is happening in Nigeria, the atrocity that is happening in Nigeria. And you're talking about $9 million. Where is this money coming from? $9 million that Nigeria doesn't have, because Nigeria is broke. As we speak, Nigeria is broke. Are you talking about the Nigerian Medical Association? Are you talking about teachers? Which sector in Nigeria today can say thank you? We are receiving our salaries, punctually and accurately. None. And you are putting this money, bringing this money to America that has already money. That's horrible. And we're talking about, because one thing about Nigeria is that they believe in bribery and corruption. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria, like Nigerian government paying Trumpulo 4 billion naira every month just to secure what they call it now, the pipelines. That is what we are suffering in Nigeria. Nigeria is not the only country that has oil pipes and gas pipes. So and paying this money to this young man does not even guarantee the safety of those pipes. But they want to do it because somebody that caught in the more they bribe, the more they lobby, the more they get their own shares. That's the problem. Because this $9 million, let me tell you, I am not sure, but God knows how many have they have spent somewhere else. And how is this $9 million? Is it reaching the people that are supposed to get it? I don't think so. And then today I was reading a very prominent Katsina man was saying that Katsina government allocated 300 million naira every month to the bandits. Professor Inua was on television on Hausa broadcast today. He was saying that Katsina state government $300 million naira to bandits every month. That is their budget for bandits. And this is the country we're talking about. Then our president is not in Nigeria. On 28th of December, he left Nigeria. As we speak, it is now 21 days. And according to the Nigerian law, if the president stays above 21 days, he must to, either, sign the to his what they call vice president. And somebody was saying today that is the reason why he sent Shetima out of the country. Because assuming that Shetima is still in Nigeria, it would have been constitutional that he must have, given the authority to to vice president. That is why he rushed that man out of the country. Nigerians, where is our president? Don't we have president? Can't we talk? Can't we demand for this man to, where are you? Just about 3 hours ago, I don't know what they call him, flashed him about 10 seconds where he was entering his car. Are we so cursed that we cannot even talk to our president? Our president cannot talk to us in 2025. In Nigeria, you call yourself the most educated people, the most intelligent black people on earth, the most intelligent black people, the most civilized black people on the earth. But look at the kind of president we have. The same thing happened to Buhari, did the same thing, and this man is doing the same thing. The most educated people in the whole world, the most educated black people. Look at how we are embarrassing ourselves, everywhere. We don't have a country. We don't have a leadership. We don't have country. And that's what I'm saying. We have to come down from our high horses, discuss our unity, discuss everything. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. Because if Yorubas were a sovereign country, there's no way Tinubu would have been a president of Yoruba land, or Buhari would have been a president of Fulani land. It is absurd what is happening in Nigeria. Enough is enough. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mazapara. We have to rush on this topic so that we'll get to another one before our time is up. We have to leave exactly when it's 3 hours. And let me also use the opportunity to tell people, if you're watching us at home, please like, subscribe, and share this broadcast. I'm getting reports that only few people have clicked on like. It's free, just click on like. That will help us. And if you can support us by donating, we will appreciate that. Thank you so much. Eccentricast, welcome to the show.
Hello. Good afternoon or good morning.
Yeah, how are you?
Good. My daughter has a show today, so going to go watch her perform.
Well, what kind of show?
It's a theater. She's in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Good.
Man. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Nigeria using $9 million to launder its image, right? Like you said, it's not a new thing. It's something that countries do, right? I don't see anything wrong with that, but I think the government should do more in investing on the people and infrastructure. And I think that would do the image laundering, right? If positive things happen in Nigeria, I think in the age of social media, most of those things will be online. People will see them. Also, 2025, what we did here was complain about Nigeria, right? Without proffering solutions, right? Actually meaningful solutions. Someone said that Nigeria needs to be recolonized. That's not a meaningful solution. That's not how you solve a problem. You should proffer a solution that actually makes sense.
Hold on, Eccentricast. If we spent the whole of last year complaining without solutions, and he came up with recolonization as solution, why are you saying it's not meaningful? You didn't have a solution. We can compare.
Recolonization is not it's not a solution. He's being funny. He's joking. It's a joke. I don't even know if he's serious. I mean, clearly he's not being serious. Obviously.
Please, if you give me what I'm not. Do I look like a joker to you?
Yeah, you do look like a joker, bro. You look funny as hell.
I don't try to take your time.
Are you a comedian? Yeah, go ahead.
You might call me a comedian. You can say whatever you like.
I don't know you. I wouldn't know.
No, excuse me, just a second, please,
go ahead.
brother. You asked me. You asked whether I'm joking.
Yes.
I brought a solution that
we did that.
Brother. I want you. And after saying my solution is wrong, please bring your own.
Okay, fine. Yes. All right. Well, my solution is not to recolonize Nigeria. That's not my solution. So there's a solution right there. My solution is not recolonize Nigeria. That's a solution. All right. I think here's the thing, right? This whole thing, I don't like a state of helplessness. That's like the worst thing you could ever be in. And we're hearing all this stuff,
You guys are throwing me instead of helpless. I think if there's a hell, hell is a helpless state. That's what it is. It's like living in Gaza, right? That's hell. In a place where you're so helpless, you can get killed by. That's hell right there. The way you guys describe Nigeria, it's like hell. Nigeria is like literal hell, right? Like, like you guys are creating a scenario of hell for the listeners and for myself, right? And it's like, I like solutions, man. I want to hear solutions. I want to hear solutions that I could be a part of, right? Like someone that said, vote on an election. That looks like a solution, even though it might not be a proper solution. That looks like a solution, right? Voting locally is a solution. Now, Nigeria has a presidential system, yes, but there are local elections. There are local governments that actually do things locally. Government allocate funds to states and to local governments. Those states, whatever they do with the money, it's up to them, right? The people in their local area can lobby for their local government to do projects in their local regions. Being a president, listen, it's not easy. I work in a company. I always mention this stuff. People are tired of it. For my second job, they probably have like 20 people there. It's hard to implement any type of idea. You have to work hard to sell it. You see what I'm saying? Now imagine running a country and you're trying to sell some ideas to people. There are disagreements. Like, listen, it's not easy to implement ideas. I'm not making excuses for the leaders, right? I'm pretty sure Tinubu doesn't run the country. I'm pretty sure he has people around him that he employs, to write policies for him, and he actually allocates funds to them and say, hey, okay, let's go ahead and do this project. And then maybe they may embezzle it. The ideas might be wrong. It's the system that we inherited. Perhaps the system is the problem here, but we haven't really talked about that. The system might be the problem here. And I've thought about, like, I remember what was his name? On politics. I gave him one idea and he's been running with that. I said, if Obi wants to win, he has to have there's a name for it, right? Mamdani did it. A lot of socialists in America do that, where you have people that actually canvass for you. You can have if you have 20,000 people, 10,000 people canvassing for you in every state, going in, knocking on doors, talking about what your policies are, right? What we need is I think we need to educate the people about politics. Also, we need to educate people about other forms of politics, other forms of economic systems. I went online and searched, is there any socialist organization in Nigeria? There's none. They were only showing me NGOs. Those are not socialist organizations. Nigeria needs socialist organizations that actually teach the people about socialism, about the system that actually works for the people, right? There's a system like that. There are people-centric systems. For instance, Mamdani talks about subsidizing bus fares. What the hell? Nigeria can have that. Nigeria can have a policy where it subsidizes things to actually benefit the people, right? That's how you can make direct impact. People like Peter Obi has nothing like that in his agenda, right? So we need to educate the people that such a thing is actually possible, right? That's what we need to do. Also, we can play roles in our local area. Like I said, local governments can actually make more impact than the federal government. We as individuals, we can actually make impacts in our local elections by actually connecting with our local leaders. That's what we need. That's what we need to do. We have roles to play. Let's not come here and complain. If you're not doing anything, don't complain. Tell us what you're doing to make the country better. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eccentricast. I was thinking about what pastors say and what politicians say in Nigeria. Politicians will say, I had a voice, my people are calling me. And I was thinking, maybe after you say this and go home, you start thinking, maybe this is a call for me to go and start those socialist organizations in Nigeria. Just think about that. Maybe you are calling, maybe that you are just about to hit it, and that would be. Anyway, thank you so much. We are running out of time, so I'm really concerned about that. What I'm going to do, for those who are in the studio who spoke on this topic, I'm going to move you out into the back end so that we can bring people who are at back end to weigh in so that we can quickly go to the next topic and rant. All right, Jide, welcome to the show. Thank you for being patient. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, Dr. Damages. Good to see you. Good to see everyone on the panel. Greetings to everyone on that is listening, and the viewers. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know the topics. There are many topics, so many things to say.
No. Right now, we are talking about lobbying and the money Nigeria is spending, which a lot of people found outrageous, especially people in Nigeria. People are saying that they did not know that people accept bribe openly in America. So we can start from there.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Damages. You see, our political class and most likely for our economic class, they failed us. They are traitors. They should be filled with contempt. They don't have any dignity. And as a result of that, they damage the image of our country. The little sovereignty that the former upper middle class, the bourgeoisie of the Nnamdi Azikiwe, that they fought for, it seems like everything is now lost or is about to be completely lost, like everything. Unfortunately, Nigeria is on the path to destruction, and I don't see any way back. It's quite sad. Unless if something radical happens, I don't think anything like voting for Peter Obi is going to solve anything. Whoever can get emotional can get emotional. I do not think U.S. military coming to Nigeria, or U.S. government coming to intervene in Nigeria is going to solve Nigeria's problem. In fact, it's going to make things worse. In fact, that is exactly the point. Nigeria is on the path to self-destruction. Nigeria is on the path to becoming South Sudan and Somalia. And we are seeing it clearly like a movie. You see, our political class have failed. We can get emotional all we want. We can become helpless all we want. The solution to a headache is not by cutting off the neck. By having a headache, because you don't have any medication to solve that headache, you know how to cut. The person now say, okay, I want to cut my head off. The $9 million contracts with GCI is part of the strategy to further neocolonize Nigeria. You see, I've talked about how color revolution works on this show. Whoever is interested can go back to some of the things I've talked about color revolution. I don't have a lot of time talking about color revolution. They've handled Nigeria on the neck right now. Like Nigeria is right now on the neck by Uncle Sam. What that means if they implement that contract is if the right government comes to power, all these NGOs, DCI, all these organizational bodies, they can easily infiltrate and orchestrate color revolution easily. The example is there in Iran. You can see what's going on in Iran right now. They impose sanctions to destroy Iran's economy, to debilitate Iran's economy. I don't want to digress. That one's a different topic. I'll talk about that one maybe another time. But the point I'm making right now, whoever is coming to run Nigeria right now, even if you vote for Peter, it's not even going to happen. But let's assume there's a new political class in Nigeria right now. With DCI there and other NGOs operating on the background, they will further cause destabilization. They will then orchestrate a color revolution through National Endowment for Democracy and other NGOs that I don't want to mention their names. They will infiltrate and cause further destabilization. You see, a lot of our people, when we say that what is wrong with our people, I understand why that question is being asked. It's a very good question. It's a rhetorical question. What is wrong with our people? Like our, our uncle will say that damage to say, what you say things like
who did this to us?
Who did this to us? Exactly. You say who did this to us? Clearly, our problem, the way we are, there's something wrong with us. We have a lot of us, not all of us. A lot of us are pathetic. But I do not blame us for being pathetic. The truth is that we are colonially damaged. Including people that a lot of our people are colonially damaged. And I'm not going to blame our people for that. I will blame our elite. Because our elites, they've decided to sell their soul, they've decided to lose their dignity, and in fact, the little sovereignty that we have, they negotiated it. Look at Algeria, look at South Africa, look at how they fought for their independence. They fought, they sacrificed everything to liberate themselves. But because they gave it to us on a platter of gold, we do not know any value of it. And our elites, instead of them to further ensure that we are further liberated, what did they do? They decided to what? Destroy our country. So, my brothers and sisters, the solution is going to be radical, and the solution is a revolution. I will keep talking about it when it's my turn. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jide. Chim, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, good morning, Rudolph. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I'm interestingly, all my politics is not here. I was going to say today that I need him to remind us that all politics is local. He's missing. You know, during the week, your village people were fighting. Anokuman was fighting in the market square, knocking people, and you didn't bring it up. I don't know Anambra was fight.
I saw that video, but I just forgot.
You intentionally refused to play it.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it. If I have it, I'll play it. I saw it once, and I didn't think it would be important by the end of the week. it turned out to be important.
It didn't deem it important. Anyway, just by the side, revolutionary colonization. You almost made me change my name this morning from Chim to Onyemelo. I would have just changed my name to Onyemelo this morning. But anyway, back to the core of the conversation, which is on lobbying. Lobbying is part of politics ordinarily. It's still bribery, no matter how you try to cone it. It's bribery. The Americans can call it whatever they want to call it and legitimatize it as they have in their politics. Yes, we know it's a legitimate way of getting things done in the US, but it's still bribery. It is bribery. So the average Nigerian who is calling it bribery is not wrong. It is bribery. But the question is, governments lobby fellow governments. You would see when Obasanjo wanted to run for Secretary General of the UN, that he lost to Boutros Ghali. The Nigerian government back then lobbied to see if Obasanjo would get the votes of NATO and some of the core, the 5 nations who dominate the Security Council. But it didn't work. We constantly lobby for things. There's nothing wrong in lobbying. But the question is, what are you lobbying for? In this instance, the Nigerian security advisor and the government is lobbying to change a narrative that clearly the whole world knows has a modicum of truth, that Nigerians are being killed. You can argue with the question about whether it is Christians being killed as the narrative is, or if it is both Christians and Muslims, or if it's a genocide against Christians or a genocide against people in the Middle Belt. That's not the question. The question is Nigerians are being killed. And a foreign entity is saying we have data that this is happening. And you're trying to counter non-government organizations who are pushing that narrative and trying to drag the American government into doing something. And you're trying to quell that view. And therefore, you're going through back channels. It's not like you're even lobbying the senators or the members of Congress who would eventually vote or influence the government policy. You're going through a third party. You're paying that amount of money. I'm not going to mention that money. We already know the value of what that can do to our economy. So you're spending that amount of money to change that narrative. And like, I think it was Mr. James before he left, he made a very valid point. Nigerian government has lobbied in the past, but didn't necessarily have to pay to lobby. What you do is use your people who are schooled properly in international relations, who have access to some of those people, to go and have conversations with them and tell your own version. We've done that when we're pushing for South Africa to be sanctioned under the apartheid era. Nigeria lobbied. We lobbied. We didn't have to pay to do those things. What you do is you look for like-minded nations. And this is an evidence that the person who runs Nigeria right now has no clout. Because typically, if your country is under such a spotlight, you will start seeing efforts, government to government. Maybe his foreign affairs minister will be talking to the Secretary of State of the US to see if he can organize a sit down between Donald Trump and Tinubu. But Tinubu cannot sit with Donald Trump. Let's call it what it is. It's not possible. He cannot sit with Donald Trump and talk. If anything, he's running away from having any interaction with the man. Because you know who Trump is. Trump is going to size him.
Hold on, who is running away from the whom? Is it Tinubu?
Tinubu is running away from having a sit down.
So Trump wants to talk to Tinubu, but Tinubu is running away. Is that what you think?
I didn't say that. What I'm saying is Tinubu should be the one seeking to have a sit down with Donald Trump. What's his name? The president of South Africa had a sit down with Donald Trump some time ago, and the Oval Office, we all watched it. Paul Kagame has done the same thing. The president of Senegal has done the same thing. But Tinubu cannot. I'm sorry, he cannot. He doesn't have that capacity and self-confidence to sit with you.
Tim, sorry. Why do you think that in that discussion he'll be sleeping?
He can't. What is he going to say? Yes, Mr.
No. The issue is Chim, there's something that I think you are not getting right. Are you saying that if Trump decides today that he wants to meet Tinubu, that it won't happen?
I'm not saying it won't happen.
So the issue is that it might be that Trump doesn't want. It might be that Trump doesn't want to meet him, not that Tinubu.
Which is possible.
I want to consider that. Yeah, that may be the factor, not the other way.
You know, back in the days, I used to watch this British satire called Yes Minister. I learned a lot from watching that satire, that program. It gave me a snippet, albeit from a comedic angle, of how governments work behind the scene. You know, there's some things, not like today now, we just watch TV. There were some beautiful programs back in the days we used to work. So, but the point I'm making, and I know that anybody who knows what I'm saying knows what I'm saying, Tinubu cannot sit down with a Trump. I stand to be corrected. He cannot. The last person who sat down with a Trump, you heard what Trump came out saying, lifeless character. So he doesn't want to be called a lifeless character, I can bet you. Or told that he doesn't have anything upstairs. Because you know Trump is not the kind of politically diplomatic person who will just have government meeting and leave it there. He will come out and throw his mouth and tell you how the man stinks. If he had body odor, he will even come and say it. So I think, back to my point, the point is that you are lobbying to change a narrative about criminal tendencies going on in Nigeria. In the week you are doing that lobby, Toji, the bandit, came out in the same vicinity and told people living in those particular locations, gave them a deadline to leave that place, and that he was taking over that same place. But you went to lobby to change the narrative. Can you see that we have people who don't think in government, but emergency patriots will come here this morning? People who are more patriotic than Mongo Park will come here this morning to tell us how we are running Nigeria down. But those are the people running the country. They thought it wise in their estimation. They didn't look for Nigerians who have access, who can help them talk. They went through an American organization. Give that American, you know the American government will be laughing at them because this is revenue for the US economy. This is revenue for the US economy. It's free money you're giving them. But you could have brought up certain intellectuals, even if they don't accomplish much, but at least would have gone and made some inroad positively. Like I always say here, listen, I wish Nigeria well, but I will come here to call it out. And lastly, somebody who left a socialist environment, a socialist, let's say whatever we want to say. I'm okay if you love socialism, that's fine. You left a socialist environment, came to a system that capitalism worked and designed, and you are fighting to distill socialism in that place that you left. Some of us say that live and go to diaspora, we need to be packaged and sent back to some places we come from. I'm sorry to say it. You left a socialist environment where socialism wasn't working, came to where capitalism works. Capitalism has its own evil forces. I'm not one of those who feels there shouldn't be some reforms in capitalism. But you left it and you're coming to come and school people who use capitalism to grow the economy that they should go back to socialism. Are you okay? Are you really okay?
Tim, I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question real quick?
If Rudolph allows you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Damages. Chim, are you referring to Nigeria being a socialist country?
No. I'm referring to, okay. I don't want to call names, but I'm referring to somebody who came and was telling us, let me be honest. I'm referring to people like AOC and Mamdani. I'm sorry. These people, their great forefathers left socialist environments, came and used capitalism to bless them. Their children are now saying, bring back socialism where your grandfather left. I don't get it. Sometimes I see people, it's okay to come and tell me, call out whatever the problems with capitalism and is let's reform it a little bit. But to tell me that socialism that your grandfather left in Venezuela, left in Tanzania, Mamdani is Uganda and Tanzania, that was socialism there, Nyerere and co. It didn't work, let's be honest. Then they came to the US with you and your father, and then capitalism blessed your life. with whatever thoughts he has, and then you are now telling me is this socialism you want to go back to. Please, my education should count for something. I don't just do follow.
All right. Thank you, Chim. We'll get to that topic one day. Forefathers, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Dr. Damages. Greetings to all the panelists, the chat, and to the viewers. I guess the lobbying aspect is not new in terms of paying money to lobby in Washington. Clearly, it does have high rewards. I don't know why they were not spending before now. And what they are spending for even right now is spending 9 million for what? Because they said Nigeria was having Christian genocide. Maybe you should have started from spending to have Americans do more business with Nigeria or do more strategic relationships with Nigeria. You know, I the other day I saw an American go to India to offer them to build their jet fighters engines in those countries. When they are doing those things, they bring expertise to those countries. That's how they did with this is China too. That's why China is where it is, because America brought expertise, real strategic expertise there. But we lack ambition. And when we go there, all we ask for, please don't come and kill us. That's all. We pay them off to buy for another day while they get stronger. And eventually, the judgment will come, and they will come and kill you anyway. Because that's where it's going to end. If I'm sounding dramatic, but it's not. It's true. That's where it's going to come. Sooner or later, if we don't face the consequence of what we are doing, we don't start being a little bit more ambitious, we're not going to get anywhere. I think Gide shared some document last week about the strategy that American state is looking to use. And he talked about how it wants its allies to have regional influence. And those are the kind of people they like to work with, people that actually have something to offer them, not go there begging constantly, like our NSA head was begging them, embarrassing us. And some people inviting other people to come and colonize us. I don't know. Like, you can determine what they do when you give them the power. Why do we always sacrifice our lives for people we don't know? And this is part of a curse on us. Somebody was having a debate yesterday that Africans curse. Was it not very dark man that went to Egypt or Morocco was saying, are we cursed? Because we give something sacred that our life that God gave to us, we want to hand it to another man to take care of it. A man is saying that let another man do it. What do you think your job is? What do you think God gave you this life for? He gave you the life to protect your own, to defend your own, and you give it to another man. That man can decide whatever they like. Look at Donald Trump now, what they are doing to their own people. The Venezuela itself that they said they were going to go to. Yeah, I think when he was saying, oh, we are going to do it for the oil, the money is in Qatar now. I think when I was saying it last week, people thought it was a joke. You don't control what they are going to do. You can't control it. How can you offer? It's like you see a rich man, he's doing very well. He say, take my children. You don't know whether he's a medicine man. He uses people to do medicine. You take your children. And we know this medicine man that you are sending to go and take care of your children. They used to use our people's skin for making books and leather. They dealt with our people. They are there across the ocean. They've done so many horrible things to our people. And these same people, you know, they are capable of destroying continents. You know, Dr. Damage, you suggested that you referenced the man that was saying that they should give Lagos to Microsoft. You know, Microsoft is a scary, scary beast. This is a man that invented a way to a contraception that can keep your women infertile for years. And if you sacrifice, if people don't understand what they are sacrificing, they could come and sterilize all your women. What happens? What happens? You're done. You gave us something God gave you, and you just gave it away like that. Because it's too hard. If it's too hard, look at it. I'll be putting it under my this thing. You see that headline there that are under my name? Security, law and order, and technology. That's your problem. Whether you have a revolution or not, you have to do those things. If you don't do them, everything you do will fail. You understand that? I've been saying it for a long time. If you say you have a problem, that is your problem there. Fix it. Whether I have a revolution, whether I have a reform, however way you run, that is your solution. That's where you're going to come down to. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for fathers. Ike, welcome to the show. Nice to have you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening, everybody. Happy to be here. I think there is one thing all of us have agreed in this conversation, that government used to do lobbying, whether it's for the benefit of their countries or for whatever benefit. But we have all agreed that government do lobby. But in the case of this particular case, your government is lobbying America to say that there is no Christian genocide. The same people that have gone to lobby that there is no genocide is telling you that there is a Christian genocide. And they are going back to go to lobby some people to begin to launder your name to say there is no Christian genocide. To launder the image of your government. Do you have a government? This is a government that is an illegitimate government. This is a man in Abuja who is a drug pusher and a drug baron. This is a man we don't know where he comes from. This is a man that we don't know the school he attended. This is a man who doesn't have family. We don't know who is any member of his family. This is a man who did not win any election. And they are going to lobby America. If you are a legitimate government, if your government is credible, if your government is supported by the population of your country, government can do lobbying. It is what government do. I think it's normal that we, like I said from the beginning, all of us almost agree here that government do lobby. But in this case, what are they lobbying for? The world as a whole know that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria, and it's still going on. And you're going back to the same country who said no, the killing of Christians is enough. And you're going back to them to pay $9 million for the Republican think tank or the lobbyists to lobby to launder your image. What image do you have? You don't have any image, because the system that brought you where you are is corrupt. Everything around you is corrupt. You have no identity. We don't know who you are. We don't know where you come from. We don't know the school you attended. The school you said you attended when you said you went to school was not even established by the time you said you went to the school. So I don't know when people come here and see your president. Your president is not my president. He never will not be, and will never be my president. But the thing is that the people who are the supporters of APC and the internet and computer, watchdogs and warriors online, they will continue to defend it, that it is normal that the government should do lobbying. But in this particular case, we have never talked about lobbying in Nigeria. We know that government do lobbying everywhere. But in this particular case, it is in black and white that we know, and everybody know, excluding those who are eating from the crumbs of this government, or their internet watchdog who use their computer to defend this government. They are the people who will tell you there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. But we know that there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. So for whatever reason, $9 million, if you convert it to Naira, I don't know, maybe it's probably up to $12 to $11 billion. That is what this government is using to go and launder their name. To the same people who know that this government that we don't even have a government. That this is the same people that know that this government, they have their file, and they know that this government is a criminally minded government that has no legitimacy by their people. So it is sad, it is what it is, that this is where we have found ourselves. I love Nigeria, but I love Nigeria from afar. You understand? Because what is going on in Nigeria, sometimes is unthinkable. You will see people who will continue to defend this issue, this morning. Tell you the government do it. Why wouldn't they do it? But because why? They are eating from the crime. This government that is soiled with Nigerian human blood, the blood of Nigerians that are crying every day. And anyone that is supporting this government, that are murdering Nigerian innocent citizens every day, there is always a day that we all shall pay a price for whatever we do, whether a long time or short time. I rest my case.
All right. Thank you, Ike. Two more people, we take a break and then we'll come back and rant and end the show. So Jagun, you are next. You have 4 minutes, please. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening from here in the UK to everybody out there. Very, very interesting beginnings in this conversation. I'm extremely interested. I've been watching from the beginning. And there are certain people that I wish to answer, certain people that I wish I can speak to one-on-one, certain people that have spoken in such a way that it sheds light on a lot of things I want to say. And the fact that fundamentally, I feel in this conversation that there are two paths to be drawn. One, those who have fallen into a revolutionary spirit and have concluded that there's nothing we can do about this present system. We have to reset, which is my adage right now, is to reset. And he who resets first owns the century. So the other side now are those who still believe that an election in 2027 would somehow be able to effect some kind of change positively for Nigeria going forward, given where we are right now. Two distinct areas that I've been seeing on this platform and in this discussion that people are falling into. There are those of us who have always been revolutionaries on this panel, and we know who they are. But as I'm listening, I'm seeing the stalwarts of politics as it is, and politics is the way forward. And even though we are in a dire situation as a country, fair governance and fair approach and fair this and fair that would lead to a fair change. Me, I don't believe in that clause at all. I'm a revolutionary. And I will explain how a peaceful revolution can take place in that thing called Nigeria. I say to you all that 2027 is close. And with the mingle-mangle of what is Nigerian politics, I might not be able to blame us all for not seeing through all this fandangle that we've been going through. After the 2023 election, I lost hope for my country, Nigeria. I lost hope for the fact that any salient thing, any honest thing can come out from our approach to politics. And in the years that have gone by, I reasonably stand that if we, the people, do not organize ourselves to bring about a revolution, to cease a 2027 election from taking place, to provide interim government along with the backing of the military that would see for sure that the 2-year process of us rejigging everything from top to bottom before we go to elections again. Within those 2 years, we would have the conversation that tells us who it is that we are and how we are bargaining to be included in this thing called Nigeria, or bargaining away from it. We're going to have a discussion, because the way things are going, we are fooling ourselves. We're pretending. We're going to ride the same bike, believing it's going to take us to a new destination, but it's not. It's going to happen all over again. If you just go back, each of us, to the point where we were, 2021, 2022, we were coming from a haze called COVID. The big haze in the whole world that was planning God knows what it was planning for most of us. And then we come into a structure of ending of Buhari government, and we knowing that we can't keep another level like this. Yet still, we voted the same people in. We voted worse in voting Tinubu in, away from Obi at the time, who was giving us a lot of hope. So I'm saying to you, Rudolph and panel, I would like you to actually speak about these differences of each of your panelists and where they stand, and give them a way of putting forward their arguments to the opposition, as it were. And let us be an opposition here on this panel where we really flesh out, do we go and do the same rubbish that we've been doing for the last 12 years, as it will be? Or do we take the bull by the horn, take responsibility of our country? This is an answer to people like Eccentric, who speaks well of knowing that we've got to come out of this fog. We can do something. Do something I want to be a part of. I'm sorry to take time. It's very, very important. I saw that you've given everybody a good long stretch to speak out and flesh out what it is their intentions are on this panel. I want to say that these are my intentions. And Rudolph, I put it to you, please, somehow understand these things, put them to a test, a verbal, intellectual test within your program, and let us really flesh this out. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Jagun. Before we continue, let me just point out that tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, we are going to have Dr. Nemeka Onyeka Obiareri, who is an investment banker. Most of you have seen him on TV analyzing issues. He will talk about Trump, the New World Order, and how it will impact and affect Africa, with emphasis on Nigeria's upcoming election, 2027. So if you can join us tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. New York time, 6:30 p.m. Nigeria, he will be here. He was here last year and it was quite entertaining. He has some radical views that I think most of you people here who are having issues with Trump would like to listen to that. So tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. New York time, he will be here. All right. I think we're going to go to KJ. After KJ, we take a break. I know there are people in the studio, but we have to end. For those who are just joining us for the first time in the year, we don't have any leeway anymore. We have to end exactly at 3 p.m., 3 hours of the show. What I'm going to do is when we come back after the break, after KJ, we give comparable facts and forefathers interference, give you more time during your rant, because when we come back, we're going to do rants. So that's it. And then we round the show up. KJ, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so very much, Dr. Damages. Before I continue, I want to display this. I have my copy. Gentlemen and ladies, please do your best to get this. It's Dr. Damages' latest book, A Kiss That Never Was. Very interesting. You need to read it, especially for those who are still single. There may be one or two tricks you learn from there. Okay, I won't say that today. I've been following, and I couldn't join on time, but I thank God I joined exactly at the one time I wanted to speak on the issue, which is the issue of the $9 million. And I like to say this for those who have been coming here to say, I listen to Jide. I don't want to join issue with him, but I want to let you know that the American senators that you are dealing with were the same people sent by government of America to go to Nigeria on fact-finding mission. I don't know what is the lobbyist going to do different from what the Americans who have been on ground, senators and House of Assembly members, how do you call it now? The reps members were on ground. They saw facts for themselves. They traveled around these places. They saw people. They spoke to families. We call it in media fact finding. It's not only fact finding. No, it is. I'm trying to remember the right word for it. It's a story from the individual. That is those involved. That's a media word for it.
Eyewitness.
Eyewitness. They saw eyewitness accounts talking about the same issue they travel miles from to come and see. And you think your lobbyist is going to do what? Anyway, for your information, because those who are still back on the news, the senators and House of Rep member yesterday reissued their stand. In fact, there are 3 meetings held in DC yesterday, for which one of the guys I'm trying to bring to this panel was in Frank Otto, okay, who was a sometimes special assistant to the governor, Otto. Okay, the meeting held, they reiterated their stand that they are now going to double their effort to make sure that the narrative which the government is trying to cover is exposed even more. And I want to even go further to say that Truth Nigeria have the same way not only been able to bring more facts out, they've now digitalized it. Anybody can go to their page and look at it the way they've spread out the listing. They have over 500 and something, 5,000 and something reports, okay, for which you can easily trace which group is which and where are they operating from and at what part of Nigeria they are. So you see, you are making the government think they are doing a good job, but they're making it even more complicated and more, telling the world, because the moment you engage a lobbyist, even though it is recognized in the American system, it shows that there's something wrong. Your story is not straight, and you're looking for somebody to cement it a little bit smoother for it to be able to go. Anyway, I don't believe that money was spent for the purpose of changing the narrative. I think it was spent to make sure that America accepts people to come back in 2027. So this is all about his own survival. Don't think it's about any other thing, because I don't think he cares really, whether people are being quiet or not. However, having said that, also, you see, there's a narrative we are beginning to go to introduce, which is that they keep saying Muslims are killed. Let me tell you something and read my lips. Majority of Christians in the North have Muslim names. They changed their names to Muslim names because they couldn't get state support for themselves and their families. So for you to go forward, you have to have a Muslim name. I can bring many of them on this platform, so you know that they exist. They bear Muslim names. Some of my best friends they are Talatus, they are Sefias, they are Ibro, they are all Christians. There's Rebecca, who just changed her name recently back.
All right, thank you. Technology is helping us to stop KJ. Where
God is really working, man.
Out of time, but let's take a break. When we come back, we are going to do the rant. I'll give 2 minutes more to comparable facts and forefathers interference, so that they can weigh in on what we've been discussing. Again, thank you so much. We are so pressed for time, but I appreciate all of you. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for staying. I know that I'm rushing everybody, but that's the way it is. I don't want to be punished by people who are more powerful than me for breaking the rules. So we are going to quickly give comparable facts and forefathers interference.
I thought you allow me to finish my DC before I was cut off now.
Oh. At least we didn't cut you off. All right.
No, the system did. So
okay, 1 minute, please.
I didn't even say anything before I left, man.
Oh, you did. We had everything you were saying. You went to history and open book for. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so now, for Jide who was talking about using NGOs, no, Mike Rubio has said that going forward, America is not going to use any NGO any longer. Since it's a government intervention, they're going to give money direct to the governments. So no need to go through whether you have an NGO or not. They are going to deal directly now with the governments of those places. So if that policy holds, it means that all the NGOs now have to go look for their funds from somewhere else because the game is changing. Okay? And okay, now about the money, that's what I was going to really. You see, that money alone could have been able to settle majority of the IDP camps that you have in Nigeria. Assuming that we wanted to show that the government wanted to show that they are concerned about what was going on. What they would have simply done was to get they take that money they've used now to spend it on what? On the IDPs themselves, those communities that have been ravaged by these terrorists. Okay, you rebuild their communities, you take them back. You give them some form of stipends to start their life. Then the international community will recognize that you are doing something positive. You don't even need to lobby them to be able to see those things because people will talk about it. It's just like what happened between Orji Okalo and the governor of Abia State. The governor doesn't need to say anything. It is the people that are showing what he's doing. It's the people that went out to march to show that this guy had doing this and we're grateful for it. So for a government who doesn't know its left from the right, that's what they will do. They are simply making Roger Stones, have more money to spend this year and be able to pay his staff. Because imagine it, $700,000 in America. It's not more money. You don't need to go look for source for other jobs. You just use that to pay your workers and go to the French Isles to go and enjoy yourself for holidays. I mean, these guys are totally showing they don't understand. And just like, some people have said, we have much more than enough people in Nigeria who could have been able to help if they wanted, if that's what they wanted, or use their own government officials to do whatever they're doing. So finally, those who are mentioning, I have some respect for certain people, but when you speak and you want to use a Muslim, and I don't have a problem with saying that, I don't have a problem with his faith, but I'm saying somebody who does not believe in the American system, the system that hitherto has brought you here. Now, if you don't like the system, please, the airlines have not stopped operating from America to Nigeria. Go back there and talk from there. Let us see how you can be able to make it. Some of you sit here, you enjoy the good distance, you enjoy the roads, you enjoy the electricity, you even enjoy when you infringe on the right of the government and the government takes you to court. You go there to defend yourself, a thing that you can never dream of. If that was possible, we think some of us to be here. You can never dream of it in Nigeria that you go to court against the government and you get a fair hearing. And then you come here, you sit here, and then you are trying to now dictate, tell us how, come on, bro. if you want to show me that what you are preaching is totally you believe in it, go back to Nigeria and then try it. Then I'll know that you're a brave person. Some of you sit there because you have. How many times have you ever faced a policeman pointing gun at you and tell you that I can finish you here? We are a stupid journalist. Just say you are not a stupid journalist. Let me show you something now. How many of you? How many? You sit here, just open your mouth. Go to Nigeria. If you, I dare you. I can help you pay your transport to go there, and then let me see how you survive there. Thank you very much, Rudolph.
All right, thank you, KJ. We're now into rants. We have 12 minutes. I don't know how we are going to get to everybody. There are 10 people here, and then 2 or 3 people in the back end. So please, I will make sure that 2 minutes I will cut everybody off. I'm sorry, it's not in my control. Comparable facts, welcome back. Welcome from Nigeria. I'm sure you went there for Christmas. Next time, come early. I want to know what's happened, what the experience were like, but not today because of time. But go ahead. Oh, there's another program coming up. Forefathers, we have a program after this, so you can go there. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. By that time, I will talk more about Nigeria. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Nice to see everybody on this platform, and it's nice to be back. So my rant will be in reference to what everybody is talking about, about this 9 million that was paid to lobby Nigeria image. I kind of find it like a missed priority. I mean, it's like it's like a warfare, try to change the narrative. But what are you changing? I mean, the people who are trying to change the narrative, they know what's actually happening in Nigeria. I mean, America has more information, than ordinary people, even in my village or even the place that I stay. Because in Nigeria, they don't know what's going on. The afterwards is going to feed them the next day. So I don't know the purpose of changing the narrative. Nigeria is not, I think Nigeria has a problem. This is why we are not getting anywhere. Every time it's about doing something that's, it doesn't even help the country. In that way, like I said, I've not been following a lot of news, so I don't really have much to say, but I can say much about what I witnessed when I was in Nigeria. So maybe in the next show, I will say about that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's go to Forefathers Interference. Is that the new name? All right, go ahead. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. How you doing, Rudolph? All right. Yeah. Okay. So since we're trying to run along with this, with regards to the fees paid to the lobbying firm, let's keep it short. If you guys, when I say you guys, I'm speaking generally, did not try to demarcate Nigeria, maybe Nigeria would not be paying these fees to launder its own image. So the money could definitely be put to better use, but there's nothing wrong with what they're doing now because it is necessary. You guys literally drag Nigeria in the mud, and I think it is very disingenuous of you to now say, well, why are they trying to launder their own image? That said, there was something Chim said, and this is why I actually decided to come up, and it was about Ma'am Danny. And even before I go on to that, I don't know who KJ was ranting at. I would assume it was someone else when he started going off on Muslims, which he came on and told us we was mad at with that. But with regards to Chim, he said something about Ma'am Danny and AOC, and if they're socialists and maybe they want to go back to Tanzania and Uganda, Venezuela and Uganda. These are Brooklyn, these are New Yorkers. For clarification, I'm from Brooklyn. I live in Scarsdale now, and I do have businesses out in the city, properties that we own. And if anybody should be complaining about what Ma'am Danny is about to do, I think I would be in a position to say, well, he's going to put a 2.5 or 3.5 tax hike, and then we have to pay fees for these bonds. But no, I'm not going to take that position. The position I'm going to take, and which I think, again, Nigerians should stop listening to all these conservative talking points, okay? And the position I'm going to take is the same one that the voters that put Ma'am Danny in charge took, which is New York is very short on housing. New York is short on the rent freeze. These are the policies he wants to implement. The rent freeze, affordable housing, free buses, which he actually co-signed a bill in 2023. They tried the pilot program and it worked. Free buses, childcare, and free groceries. For the lowest earning people, poverty is, Rudolph, you're from New York. You know what I'm talking about. More than 75% or approximately 60 to 75% of New Yorkers spend over 30% of their earnings on rent. Most people are living hand to mouth. I don't get where all this socialist condemnation is coming from. People like yourself, people. I don't know. I would assume you look like a rich guy, but people, we should be the ones complaining. But guess what? Like a lot of my business partners are actually Jews, way wealthier. They voted this guy in. I don't know where you guys are getting these talking points.
Let's have this conversation. It's a while.
Right. We can do it later. But yeah, that's fine.
All right. Thank you so much. I also have something to say about this. Maybe I'll join the next stream. Eagles Air, go ahead. Eagles Air, can you hear me? Unmute yourself, please. All right. Eagles Air cannot hear me, or maybe he can now unmute himself. Let's go. You're muted. I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me right now?
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. In my 2 minutes, I would like to say that Trump has summarized everything by saying that Nigeria is a country of shame. So if you look at Nigeria and based on what is happening in Nigeria, you find that this country is a country of shame. Where Agbero are dragging powers in Nigeria. People that have brain is leaving Nigeria to other countries, while people of Agbero are busy dragging Nigeria to their power to make sure that they control Nigeria and put Nigeria inside their pockets. So if you look at what is going on in Nigeria, could you imagine yesterday I saw a video in a Kogi state, a whole community have wiped out. They are no longer exist again in that place in Kogi state because of what? The bandits have taken over. So if you find out that, if you look at the way things are going out, you find out that there is no government in Nigeria. Bandits are controlling part of Nigeria. They are in charge of local government and all the rest of them. So a country that bandits have a say in a country, that means there is no government. And I'm not surprised when they do some lobbies, but the lobby they did it in a wrong way, and which is very bad. Are you lobbying people who knows what is happening in Nigeria? For instance, if U.S. embassy in Nigeria give feedback to the United States government, there are people telling the United States government what is happening in Nigeria. They have all the information. So it is in Canada, so it is in other country. So I don't know the reason why they're doing the lobby. A national security advisor, I don't know the reason why they're doing the lobby. Are they doing the lobby that the genocide does not exist? Or are they doing the lobby that genocide exists? So this is a country of shame. I'm disappointed to say this, but people will be in the comment section and defending this useless president Bola Tinubu that is doing well. Why you don't see anything good coming out from him? It's a failure.
All right, thank you. It goes there. Chim, you're next.
All right, so I was thinking of speaking on our tax, the new tax system that is supposed to come in, but I'm going to leave that and go to my state because my state politics is critical and important to me. So over the week, a couple of vultures were gathering together, failed vultures, people who do not see anything good for the people. We've had since Abia State was created. Abia State was created when I was in my final year of what we call high school here in the Western world. Since that time till date, outside of this current governor called Alex Otti, the only governor that seemingly has done anything worthy of note was the late, I don't know if he's late, sorry, pardon my use, Colonel Chinyere Ike something, Ikechukwu or something. He's a military guy, military administrator. Not Ike Nwachukwu. Not Ike Nwachukwu. There was a guy who, he's from Anambra State, I can't remember his name. That's the only guy. He was the one who came in and removed Agberos from Aba and the motor parks. Ikemosu, that was his name, Ikemosu. That's the only person before Oti. Ojus Okaro, colossal failure for 8 years. embezzled state funds, handed over to his chief of staff, who was brought in fraudulently. We know how that one came in. That one made his son the Lord of Manor in Umuahe. And then we handed over to the Ibazu, who was a dustbin character. Everywhere was littered with dustbin. And suddenly all these characters have gathered together to tell Abia State people that they want to remove the only shining light they have seen. See, OT might have his faults. No politician anywhere in the world is 100% free. I'm sure if we do a bit of microscopy, we might find one or two things in his cupboard. But to compare him with these failed vultures gathering and saying they would remove this man. Well, my point is to Abia State voters. Please come 2027 election. People in Abia North, where I come from, make sure Jesus Okalo does not go back. That guy does not deserve the kind of emphasis we give him. He's a waste of political space. These guys should need to be left removed so that that state can have a breathing space and grow. They are the albatross that is making that state not to progress. That is my rant.
All right. Thank you. Very good, Chim. Recolonization, you have 2 minutes. Let's hear it.
My rant is very simple. I want to give Nigerians a very big advice. Which is, if you have ears, listen. There shouldn't be any election in Nigeria in 2027 until we know where we are going in that country. And I want Nigerians to take seriously, when we talk about Nigeria, we shouldn't be joking about Nigeria. Because this is what I see many people are doing in this platform. They just come and just say whatever they like. They think they can speak English or they know everything. They compare us with other people. Nigeria is a very big country. Criminals have managed to run it down. And when we come to the platform, like, they think that it's everybody who have time to come and waste our time here. I don't come here to waste my time. I come here because I'm passionate about that country. And I know what is happening in that country, that what is happening in Nigeria is not right. No election should happen next year because it will just be nothing. It's just nothing, like Mr. Jagu said. It's just nothing, another nonsense. And we should start thinking about help, whether it comes from America, from Microsoft, from anybody. We need help in that country. We can't help ourselves. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, my man. Let's go to Forefathers. You have 2 minutes to rant.
Oh, I didn't know we had. Okay, thank you for that. I just think that there is a lot of confusion within the way we discuss about the Nigerian issues. Sometimes we say it's the democracy that is the issue. Some people wish for revolution. Some people wish for reforms or supporting the status quo. But why in reality, there are essential things that you need. And my last submission made that very clear, that you have, no matter what system you go to, these are the things you need. You need to fix your security, you need to deal with your law and order, and definitely have a technological revolution. Without those things, we can keep talking and talking and talking, and nothing is going to work. If you believe in the current status quo, these are the things you need to do. If you believe in revolution, these are the things you need, these same things you need to do them. If you believe in a reform, these things you need to do them. No matter what system you believe in, including Saudi Arabia, communist China, the democratic America, these are the essential ingredients. When you distill them out, these are the things they all have in common. They don't have to have democracy. They don't have to even have equity. But they have to have these essential things for those nations to function. So I'm not going to keep it long. Thank you for that.
All right. Thank you, Forefathers. Mazi Opara, you are next.
Yeah, about Wike and River State, the absurdity in River State. And that is not democracy. That is, that is why I always say that we're not matured for this kind of governance. I mean, you see what the Wike is doing in River State and what is happening in River State. And then you see Soludo talking about Igbo people, Igbo youths are not, joining the police and the military. I think the last time I checked, his son is not in Nigeria. His son is 27 years. On Ozanna, is not too old to joining the police or the military, you know. And lastly, I saw David Umahi. His son has already picking up the chairmanship form in Ohausara, Ebonyi State, at sum of 30 million naira. This is people that are telling us that our youth should enter police and the military, while their children are overseas or, you know, working in the best places of in Nigeria. This is the kind of people we have, because they do this deliberately. They impoverish our people. They make sure that our youths have no education. They make sure that our youths have nothing, I know, so that whatever they say is what our youths are going to do. But they are going to meet their Waterloo, because this kind of youths we have in Igbo land, they are not going to allow them to breed until there's justice in Igbo land, and there is good governance in Igbo land. These people shall never breed. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mazi Opara. Let's go to Jagun. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you again. I appreciate what recolonization has said. I don't know. My own level of revolution is such that it should be of the people, by the people, for the people. I don't want any international influences directing our country. I want us to claim our country back as we should, as men and women of that area that they call Nigeria. If we believe in the first colonization by the British is the thing that caused Nigeria as it is today, then let's reclaim it, is what I'm saying in my revolution. And the people who are on hands to reclaim it are those that call themselves Nigerians. I'm very purposeful, and I've been thinking of this very seriously for the past, I would say, 2.5 months, in really serious terms. And I've got an idea of what the revolution should be. I've got a good pronouncement to make to Nigeria. I'm about waiting for it, because it's not me alone, for it to be benched in people's minds and certified in such a way that we can begin pronouncing these things for real. I say this because we don't have time. 2027 is around the corner. It's with us. It's with us. If again you just cast your mind back to 2022, when we were thinking that Peter Obi was going to come in, these were our thoughts for a better Nigeria. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. All of us were disappointed. Are we going to go through that rubbish again? Not me. You could keep your Nigeria to yourselves after 2027. If you can keep it to yourself, because it's not going to work. There are things afoot in the world, in West Africa, that we should be linked into, but we are not. We have to wonder why. Because we don't have a revolutionary spirit. The revolution that's taking place in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is to be ignored, pretending that it's not there, pretending that it's not an example, pretending that it's not of the people, for the people, pretending. Meanwhile, Jagaban, as he calls himself, is marauding all around the world, disappeared into thin air, would appear from nowhere, and you'll be feeding from him, speaking about what he said, and all kind of rubbish. You're supposed to dismiss this kind of politics. This is not politics. This is not how to run a nation. This is not how to feed a starving people. This is not how to educate a pronounced, energized youth. This is not how to employ experts. It's not how to do none of these things. What are you people waiting for? I don't want to be Rudolph. I call you seriously to bring this to attention and to have a real conversation about these things, not just for us to be jib-jabbing. The Nigeria is at stake yet again. I put it to you. I thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll reach out to you, Jacqueline, during the week. Tony, you have 2 minutes rant.
Okay, I'll try. Now, I want to flash back to the 80th session of the UN General Assembly in September 2025. Whereas most European leaders came in one bus, most African leaders, or some African leaders, arrive separately in expensive cars, limos, and lodged in upscale, high-end hotels with very large entourage. Some of them having nothing to do with the conference. But the most embarrassing thing, that I observed is that these African leaders, are poorer than Western countries, yet they display a lot of affluence. And that was seen at the UNGA. And when they came to, make their submissions, they ended up, all they did was to beg the same people that they are showing that they are wealthy for aid, for FDI. And I find that very repulsive. But let me just end with what Lee Kuan Yew said in his book about Nigeria. The book is titled "From Third World to the First: The Singapore Story." Now, in chapter 18, where he was making a comparison between Singaporean ministers and Nigerian ministers, he said, whereas our government functionaries drove expensive cars on poorly maintained roads, Singaporean ministers use buses or drive modest cars on good roads. And the lesson here is that this attitude has continued. Our values are misplaced. Our leaders are not honest in addressing the problems of the country. They put themselves first. And so long as this continues, Nigeria is going to continue the way we are seeing it now. It is unfortunate. Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. Ike, you are next. Did you rant?
No.
Okay.
You always try to take my time away from me, Dr. Damages. I'll never rant. Anyway, Chim, I want you to also be getting ready for the North Senatorial Zone. Listen, I had the governor of Abia State said that he's going to present a candidate in the North Senatorial of Abia State. So I'm with the people of Abia State, and I think they are wiser than the vultures that are gathering themselves together. My greatest fear is that Alex Oti himself. I don't know the level of pressure he's getting from APC, but I think the best bet he has right now is to join ADC. That's what I think he needs to do. But after that, I believe that the people of Abia State know what is at stake, and they know what is good for them. So I'm very happy and I'm very confident that Alex Oti will come back 2027, and the people of Abia will do the necessary thing. Because if the only thing I am praying in Abia State that all Jews of Kali will never go back to the Senate. If it is the only thing the people of Abia State will achieve in 2027, I will be very happy. On a final note of what my brother Tony said, there are a lot of people who will continue to come here to defend this government. I'm happy you read the book. You read something in the book. It is for all of us to digest it. There are a lot of people who will tell you, no, this government is working. Because you are living in diaspora, you don't know. This government is working, But I thank God, compared with Singapore and Nigeria today, and all of us can be able to give account of the two countries. God bless you.
All right. Thank you
Both
so much.
Carlo and Benjamin, they will not return.
All right. Somehow we lost a righteous man who was going to be the next. So let's hear from Ife. Ife, where are you? Okay. All right. Let's hear from Ife.
Woo. Good afternoon, everybody. Papudoka, you still did not keep our conversation. I told you what to do. You didn't do that.
Oh, I forgot. I'll call
you.
No,
you did not forget. Stop Papudoka. This is 2026. Please.
What was it? Remind me, please. Old age. Old age is bothering me. I've got to that
Hi,
point.
Everybody. I swear, if Nigerian politics, if we are not tired of what is happening in Nigeria at this point, you just know that I have completely given up. And I say completely given up. When you wake up every morning, hoping, believing that, you will get a positive news. You don't. Let us start from Delta State. I was listening to Arise News the other day, and I'm looking at a state like that with the vast allocation that they get. They bought vehicles for their legislators. If you travel from Onitsha, just as a balloon, there is something they call the Ndaguluwo, right? Meaning that it's like a death trap, the roads. But the most important thing the governor was able to do is to buy cars for the legislators. At the end of the day, I asked myself, what about ordinary citizens? And then you look back, guess who? The people supporting these people are the poor masses. The poor masses are hailing them. Let's not even go to what is happening in Rivers, just because of one man's selfish interest. Just because one man. I saw women throwing wrappers from week. I said this last week. I was looking at the highest paid legislators in the whole world. Nigerian legislators are the highest paid. And then you ask yourself, what are they actually doing for Nigeria? Absolutely nothing. It seems like it's only one person that we have in that legislator. That's Natasha. And I know somebody asked Natasha, where do you get this money? My question, I was like, why are you asking her where she got the money from? The most important thing is that she's doing something. The money she's getting apparently might be less than what Jose Carlo and his brother and co and all of them are getting. So the question is, what are they doing with the money? You can't boast of anything. Very Dark Man is currently in Morocco and showed the road. Look at Morocco. But he made something, he said something. He said that if you look at it, all the African countries that have the other skin, go look at those countries. They are way better than other countries with other, with my skin color. He showed the road. Even the best road in Abuja, and this is just not, it's the best road in Nigeria. It's like the least road or the worst road in Morocco. And we are giant of Africa. Come to think of that, our president, we haven't seen our president since 28th or 29th of last year. We don't know where our president. If I ask maybe a couple of you guys, nobody knows where Tinubu is. And we have a president. What my brother said earlier, I think Jade, or I can't remember who said that. That is the only way that country, we can actually get that country back. P2B is not gonna, because the damage has been done. Where are you gonna start? Even if P2B wins the election today, where will he start? The corruption in Nigeria is, it's not unthinkable, it's so unimaginable. It's just literally everybody's corrupt in that country. It's just like order of the day. Then they're talking about the taxation. Who are you gonna tax? Are you gonna tax ordinary citizens selling vegetable in the market? Are you gonna tax ordinary boy running up and down to make ends meet? Who are you gonna tax? You're gonna tax the people that you have not created jobs for. Who are you gonna tax? And we Nigerians are busy clapping for these crews because they are thieves. You can't tell me otherwise. Wike is busy trying to see if his son is going to contest for legislation, I think a House of Rep. This former Ebonyi State, I heard he bought this thing for his son. So it's going to be, country of, particular of concern, just like, Trump said. So after them, they will hand over to their children. So you're going to tell me how this man's son is qualified to be. I'm not saying that he's not qualified, but why should he be him? Why? Ojo Carlo's daughter is an ambassador. And what are we doing? And I keep saying it every day we come here, we talk about the same thing over and over again. For the past 4 years, prior to the election, we were talking about the same thing. Today, again, we're here talking about the same thing. My question remains, what is the way forward? This is the same question I will keep asking every day. What is the way forward?
Today, we had one, which was to allow one of these countries to take over Nigeria, African countries, America to take over Nigeria. Do you sign up for that? That was from the recolonization.
So let me tell you, whether they don't take over, tell me what you have enjoyed as a Nigerian citizen.
No, I'm just saying.
You are in New York.
We're coming with options. You know, one of us came up with that option.
To colonize us.
Yeah, recolonize.
Are we not better off if they colonize us?
No,
are we not better off?
I'm not against
you
it.
People are talking about the oil when what's his name? Trump wanted to, in Nigeria. People are worried about the oil. The oil, tell me what benefits? It's not that we're even buying gas cheaper.
So I'm just saying that we're gradually coming with solutions. Somebody has suggested that, and
you think it's gonna happen?
Oh, if we push for it, if all of you vote for it, and we tell America that.
What is vote? Do we know?
We tell Trump, instead of going for Greenland, there's something there. Just Nigerians are saying, come and
forget it. So what I don't understand, why are we still talking about the election in Nigeria? Look at the charade we had in 2023. Yeah, is that an election? And you people are hoping that something positive is gonna come in 2027. How? Tinubu, I listened to Chido Dinkalo. He said what he said. I love that man to bring him back. He said Tinubu doesn't need election to win this thing to win this thing. All he needs is the INEC chairman and the legislature and the judiciary. That's all he needs, and that's true. And that was exactly what happened in the last election. So that's the same thing that is going to happen. Even if all the governors decamp to APC or decamp to PDP, Tinubu will still win the election. Let us stop deceiving ourselves.
All right, Ify, we are out of time. They will kill me. The producers, executive people behind the scene. I just thank you so much. And one day we will have a longer conversation on these topics. Righteous Man, it's just because you are joining us from Nigeria. I really wanted to go. Your videos, I didn't play them today because I didn't see you, but we'll play them another time. But thank you for joining us. You have 2 minutes to rant.
Dr. Damages, good evening. Ify, good evening. KJ, AY, and those in the comment section. Sincerely speaking, I'm still in the capital city of Owerri. Very soon, it will be 2 months. I left Lagos to the east, and I have seen much more than what I ever thought could be possible. You see, those who are not living in Nigeria, those who comes and spend 2 weeks and leave, will not give good account of things that are happening on ground right here. The truth is this: if we come to this platform for comedy's sake, we know we have come here to play around with words and then perform our talented comedies in diverse way. But if we come to this platform with honesty, truth, no matter how bitter it may seem to, then we will make progress.
Hello? Okay, we lost him. All right.
He was lying. That was why the network removed him.
Thank you so much, Righteous Man. I know you are joining us from Nigeria. Let me thank everybody that watched us. Those at home, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate all of you. If you have not liked the program, please do that. That will help us to get other people to watch. Those that supported us, George Bushell, thank you so much. Oscar Blackbone, thank you. Kulata, thank you. And again, Oriako, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, we are going to have Dr. Nemeka Onyeka joining us to discuss what will happen in 2027 election.
It's like I'll stop coming because you always not allow me to speak. So
you didn't rant?
I didn't now.
All right. Okay, you are a big boss. I can't say no.
No, I didn't. If I did, I wouldn't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I'm
But
just
since
worried.
if you say I can leave you to,
I'm
if you
worried.
want to close, you can close.
I'm worried about time. That's why. Okay, go ahead. Just 2 minutes.
Okay, here's what I would say. First and foremost, we Abians, we are ready for Ozzy Okalo. He knew how he won last time. He went to the villages and begged. He went to village. He begged. In my village, he made one stupid road that lasted only 3 months. That was one of the conditions they gave him. This time, I'm not going to be any condition, because as soon as Alex ought to bring somebody from that region, he won't come back. I can assure you. If you have been following the trend in Abia, yesterday, about the biggest city in Abia State and with the largest population, all the youths were in the streets dancing and marching, okay, in support of what Alex Otti have done. That's the first time that you can actually live in Aba without buying a rain boot during the rainy season. So who will say that? Okay, that's one. Two, and then for those who think that whatever Bola Tinubu is doing is going to be different, this guy is a criminal. The people already know who he is. There's no how you're going to change the pig from being a pig. It will always fall back in the gutter if it was the moment he sees one. Okay, so trying to say, well, and then okay, let me sum it this way. The same IPOB they said they were a terrorist organization are the same people sitting and lobbying in DC, and that they're even having to fight to put in $9 million to counter what they are doing. Then those guys are very great too. Honestly, I have to celebrate them. But however, I don't know why they always bring everything to come and end in the table of an Igbo man. If the Igbos are not being brought into any argument, it's not finished. Everything they go around, the boiler is IPOB. Everybody finds a way to end up in the Igbo table. If they don't like us for Nigeria, make una let us go now. I mean, it's not simple. Just look, you guys, we are tired of you guys. Can you just leave by tomorrow? We will all leave quietly. Leave us to go and kill ourselves in our states. Don't worry, whatever. If we finish buying ourselves, we can come and take the land when we leave it. Which one be this one for crying out loud? Thank you so much. That's my rant.
All right. Thank you, KJ. And on that note, I want to thank everybody who joined us. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Ife, for being here. Thank you, KJ. Thank you.
Dr. Rudolph, I have not finished my statement, and I'm calling from Nigeria. It's not easy. Okay.
Righteous man, there's another show. I shared the link. You can join that show. I'm really sorry. I've gone over by more than how many? 25 minutes. I'm really sorry. They will kill me. I signed the contract. They were about to fire me. But next week, come early so that we can play the videos. I want to talk to you. I just don't want to play the videos you sent to me. I want to talk to you so they can help us understand what's going on. So if you can come on next week early, we can talk about that. I'm really sorry, Righteous Man. I gotta go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I appreciate all of you. Jagun, thank you so much. Ike, thank you. Chim, thank you. And Forefathers, thank you. Forefathers is on, and anybody can join. I will try to join if I can, because there's some things I want to also talk about. All right. Until tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you.
Tó fẹ́ kú torí ẹ̀ o. Ọwọ́ ẹni ló ti ṣàánú kọ́. Ayé la fi sílẹ̀ sí. Lọ́nà èèyàn.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't ask your son, ask your daughter how to, just one click. Thank you, I see you. Aha, thank you very much.